Hello and welcome to Failed Save. My name is Vince Casso and I am your dungeon master with a tragic backstory for this campaign.
Aww.
This is episode 21 of our series and is titled The Foundry. This show utilizes the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game system in my homebrew setting Boros and is completed by a wonderful cast of adventurers. Let's meet them.
Oh, it's me first today. Look at that. It's so weird without... I miss Bria. Hi, everybody. I'm Kaylee Bray, and I will be playing Ella, your turtle death cleric today, and both of us use she, her pronouns.
And I'm Xander Jonery, and I use he, him pronouns, but I'm playing Bora, your Furbolg paladin, and she uses she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan, and today I am Dazzle, your fallen Aasimar warlock, and we both use she, her pronouns.
I'm Gina, and I play Murray, the old tiefling paladin, and I use she, her pronouns, but Murray is he, him.
I'm Anthony Carboni, and I'll be playing Chirp Burbington, your honest, forthright, and caring Aarakocra monk.
All right.
And we are both he, him.
And remember that you at home have a disturbing amount of power over our story. We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything from banking up rerolls to giving one of our players a bullshit scroll random spell effect, kicking off the office-style confessional cam, and we know how fun those have been the last few weeks.
Especially
Forcing
for
a
people
player,
who aren't here.
especially people who leave. Oh, Brie, I'm so sorry. Kicking off forcing a player to do an absurd alignment shift that we roll for at random, such as chaotic crying, lawful old, or neutral sticky. And
Chaotic crying?
Chaotic.
yes, we basically have two columns on my end. We roll for each at random, and it turns into a random insane alignment that one of you has to be.
I love
And
it!
finally,
Fun.
you can trigger a full moon, making Murray explode into all of his rare saxophone player glory.
We can get the band
And-
back together.
As a final little boon, if we hit our donation goal for the evening this episode, we will play the next thrilling installment of a very pet adventure, The Quest for Cornbread.
Ooh.
But in the meantime, let's recap!
Thank goodness.
Our last episode brought our heroes Dare in tow to the crossroads town of Four Roads on the hunt for the silver sterling. There, they met up with Bora, who had been in contact with Oleg, a retired old magistrate of indeterminate accent and former friend of the sterling. After discussing their possible leads, Murray finally broke the truth to Bora. He had killed the sterling all those years ago. Bora was crestfallen, and it seemed as though she could not forgive Murray for this, the sterling being central to her entire mission recently in life. But they resolved to see the quest through to its end regardless. Entering the long untouched flat once used by the sterling, the group experienced a praetorium, a storage vehicle for memories.
Bless you.
They experienced visions of Bora's parents meeting the Sterling, their collaboration to defeat the demon of Dust Glen, going their separate ways, and then the Sterling's death at the hands of Murray. But something still didn't add up. They then entered the depths of the hideout, the true lair of the Silver Sterling, and found a wonderful array of tools and devices used by him in his work. They were also set upon by a great stone golem, a sort of security system designed to keep intruders out. Eventually, beaten and admonished by Murray, the golem retreated, and the party, after briefly going to church, delved deeper into the cavern and discovered the truth. Upon the wall was carved the face of the current Silver Sterling, and it was the visage of Asmeridian. The memories flooded back to him, and it all became clear once more. After a heartfelt exchange with Bora, he decided it was time to pass the mantle of the Silver Sterling on to another, handing the sword, the mask, and the hat to Dare, asking her if she had a bit more fight left in her. Dare took it up, and the face on the wall changed. Taking fire under her wing, a new generation of the Silver Sterling was born.
The end.
And good night, everybody.
Oh, they're not pets.
Dare, now the
That's all,
Silver
folks.
Sterling, flashes her sword a bit before sheathing it. The Silver Sterling, eh? Thank you, Asmeridian. I think I can do a lot of good with the time I have left. And hey, if I'm the Silver Sterling, we'll need something to call you, Fyra. The Silver Sterling and her daring sidekick, Nugget.
Oh,
Well, we'll workshop that.
Okay.
We'll-
All right.
It's the first. Okay, that's the first
You know
draft.
what? You know,
We're going
yeah. You
Mhm,
never go with the first idea.
No.
I have at least 4 months left to live, so we have some time to work that out.
That's not very
Perfect.
many. Okay.
I said at least. You never know. I
Sure.
do, but you don't.
oh, right.
Oh,
You
right.
do know.
Because
Oh.
that was.
Dare knows the exact time, place, and event of her death.
I forgot.
I missed a
y'all
lot.
need to be really careful
Mm.
when you're sneaking stuff out of the bag, y'all. You never know.
Yeah, Ella's snacks are rough.
Potent.
I appear to have missed some things.
You've been here the whole time.
I have, totally.
To be fair, she's been very lost in thought the entire trip.
Oh.
But anyway, I appreciate the thrilling adventure, but I think I'd better get to sorting this place out. It's been a while since it was swept.
Been a while.
That was the worst. That was the worst thing I've ever experienced. and followed by dead silence. I can hear it echoing around the cavern right now.
My bad.
Oh. Meanwhile, Fess is just stacking up confessionals.
Oh.
So we'll do one confessional right now for Fess.
Oh my gosh.
Allergies.
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 It's been a very interesting experience. What the fuck is her accent? I don't even know the way that she speaks.
Not
It
that.
doesn't matter because whatever you start at, you'll wind up with French. So just go with your heart.
He started French.
It's been a great time traveling with these people these last few months, but I can't help but feel like I'm leaving my responsibilities with the rebellion behind. After all, it's freeing to be able to drop all of everything that you're doing and just travel the world and do weird bullshit and become a rat god. Rat god. I think I'm becoming a rat god. But, you know...
Stop.
No.
But regardless, there's so much more that I've left behind at home, and unfortunately I feel like it might be time to return to my roots. And next time I'll discuss my allergies and my deepest, darkest fears.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Good, you good.
Oh.
He needed a drink after that.
Ugh.
After his
Okay.
wee.
She does like a quasi-Russian kind of a thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure where it's at.
Not French.
Anyway.
Really,
As a
the thing I
French
got
person.
stuck on is just how many times you announced that you're becoming a rat god.
Right.
There's
And you
definitely
keep
no reference or
skipping
anything in
faster
there.
and faster.
No.
In any event, would you all like to hang out for a while or take off?
Did you need help
Um,
cleaning or anything? I guess you legally
Oh, that's
own.
why I have Fyra.
You also own the apartment upstairs. I don't know if you need to sign a contract or.
Yeah, I guess I should probably transfer that lease, huh?
It sounds like a lot of paperwork.
I don't even know what. Oh no, that's not true. I have I have that chunk of my life back in terms of memories.
Oh, right. Welcome
so
back.
Yeah,
thanks.
Who did
It's-
you rent that from?
His name is Bartleby.
Hmm.
Oh, Bartleby Realty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He inherited it from his mom.
That's what I heard.
This all checks out.
Yeah.
News travels fast in the realtor circles.
I don't know if he's still alive. Probably. If not, check an ancestor.
It was 70 years ago, so I'll look into it. I'm surprised it hasn't been repossessed or anything in that time.
I mean, I did hide it behind a bunch of.
Oh, it's behind a brick wall.
Yeah.
That's right. And people didn't know it was there.
This may not exist in any records anymore.
Oh,
Hang
well,
on, so Bartleby Realty rented an apartment that was behind a brick wall, or did you install the wall?
That was an addition. I don't think I got the permits for it. In fact,
Ooh.
I know I didn't.
As he dons the rose-colored glasses.
Oh my gosh! I just realized I probably could have put these on when I wasn't remembering. Never mind.
The tough thing is
was
to remember where you put your glasses of memory and then also when to put on your glasses of memory.
It's true. It seems to be when it's narratively appropriate.
That's nice.
In the meantime, though, while we're still here, we have a confessional for Bora as well.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're having a lot of feelings, I guess, at this very moment. And I'm about to let you know. Here it comes. Gosh, my whole backstory. I don't know. I was looking for the silver sterling, and then I thought I found the silver sterling, and then I thought the silver sterling was dead, but it turns out it was my friend. But now it's someone else. So does that mean that's who I was looking for the whole time, or not? I'm a bit lost. I don't have a direction to go in anymore. I think I just want to, I don't know, help people? I need a new career. Oh God, I need to sit down.
Maybe that's over, maybe it's not. Who knows?
Bora just apparently just plops down, and we all just stand there silently.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Hey, bud. You good? You kind of buckled at the knees there.
Yeah, I need Chirp. How do
Yeah?
I find a purpose?
Oh.
Oh.
Here, and Chirp puts both of his hands onto Bora's shoulders and goes, "You don't want one of those.
Oh.
Just hang out and be cool. Do not get involved in any larger events if you can avoid it. Okay?
Okay.
We'll go get drunk as soon as possible. That'll help.
Okay.
All right.
I'm cool.
Oh,
Do you need any nuts and berries?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
I
Oh,
found a few things while I was just digging around. I found a few things for all of you. Let me see here.
and Derek comes over and is holding a bunch of trinkets, a bunch of objects that apparently she dug up from just around the cave, and hands three of you. That'll be Chirp, Bora, and Ella, each a little object. To Chirp, I figured you might like this kind of thing. She hands you a tiny little bottle of what appears in like 1950s era like labeling to be a bottle of Birdbeak Shine.
Hey! I haven't seen this in a while. Now, I'm usually a Dapper Dan man, but this is great.
Oh, come on. And on the back, it lists what it can do. And apparently, should you shine your beak with Shimmy Stan's Birdbeak Shine, then you... like, I don't make the rules here.
Is that the
Shimmy
Dapper
Stan.
Dan equivalent?
What is it?
Shimmy Stan's Birdbeak Shine.
Ah, yes, of course.
And it's got a picture of a little bird just like,
Ooh.
But if you shine your beak with Shimmy Stan's Birdbeak Shine,
say it
then
3 times fast, please.
God, it's going to give you an ultimately persuasive voice, meaning that for a indeterminate duration, you will have automatic advantage in all attempts to persuade.
Dang.
Oh.
You figure I'd always keep a bottle of this on hand.
Yeah.
It's not. The thing is, it's not even that expensive. I just always forget to pick it up when I'm at the store.
Yeah, one of those.
And to Bora,
Ooh.
she hands you what, frankly, looks to be like a giant blueberry. Just one,
Ooh.
a single, like this big,
Oh, wow.
huge blueberry. I don't know how
The
this
space
kept
work.
this long. But that said, I imagine you are a berry person, right?
Well, I am not a person made of berries, but I do enjoy one.
However,
Hey, can you imagine a person made of berries?
Not right now, Chirp. I
Okay,
can't do
sorry.
that right now.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of people made of berries,
No.
you do. It does feel like something's moving inside of the blueberry.
Oh, God.
Oh,
What?
Is this edible?
No.
Blueberries are edible.
Is this a blueberry?
question.
Your guess is as good as mine.
wait, you don't know what it is?
I'm not. I just became the silver sterling. I don't know what's in here.
Murray, put on your glasses. Is that a blueberry?
Is that how the glasses work?
You gotta get her
Oh
thinking
God,
specs
it's
on.
giving birth.
Move!
And you see before your eyes, in
Oh,
your
no.
very hands. Why am I like this? That the blueberry erupts before you, and out of it crawls what appears to be a little blueberry man with with a little arm.
What are you saying?
No, it's
What
his
are you
greatest. It's her greatest
saying?
fear.
What are
You're
you
a
saying?
little
No.
blueberry arms and legs.
Is this
That-
okay, wait. You said a little blueberry man. Those are three very distinct descriptors. Is it a person who identifies as a man made out of blueberries?
Yes.
Or is it
Oh, imagine there was just one blueberry, an entire
One
blueberry in the
blueberry.
shape of a little dude.
okay?
And this thing just crawled out of the
So
giant blueberry.
It's just a blue man
And it's
with like a
currently-
little floof hat.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Brown.
Oh
and it's currently
no!
wiping blueberry off of itself.
No.
He blew himself. I'm sorry, someone had to.
Doopity-doo.
But as he wipes off the blueberry,
No, I know what that is. I know what
Oh,
that
no.
is.
Oh no!
he
Is
reaches
he
down
oily?
and grabs onto the flesh of your arm, and the
Oh.
blueberry seems to absorb into your body.
Oh.
And
Oh,
and as this blueberry courses through you,
What is
feel
happening?
this is the longest walk, but we're getting there. You feel a new power come over you, one that perhaps could have been delivered in any other more palpable
Any other way.
mediums, but this is how it had to be. However, you now have the power to produce any food at will, but there is a 50% chance any food you create will be alive.
Oh my god.
I won. I won that in a sword fight a long time ago.
You should have lost.
Yeah,
That's
did you
the
lose?
best thing that's ever happened to us.
I did lose.
Hang on. The possibilities that this is suddenly presented to me as the person who normally makes the food.
And
People make-
There's no game anymore. No, we're not doing the story anymore. We're doing this.
Hold on, Bora. Can you make like a little lemon loaf that is a dog?
Can I control it to that
I
level?
mean, you can't control if it's a person or not. Or like
Give me
if
a
it's
little lemon
alive or not.
loaf. You know what I mean? It's like a little
Yeah.
pudgy lemon loaf
Okay, maybe,
maybe
if I
it'll be a dog.
focus
with a
just
little
really
puppy eyes.
hard.
Yeah.
Lemon loaf, dog.
so you're trying to produce a dog, a
Yep.
lemon loaf in the shape of a dog, is what you're
Yep.
doing.
Or a live
That
dog
is a dog.
Yep.
made of lemon loaf. You did
Either one.
this.
Okay, well,
you did this.
I'm picturing an almost Pusheen-ish character.
Yeah, some
roll
hybrid.
me.
Oh,
A
Why did I
bug snack.
give you this? Roll me a d20.
Here it
a bug
goes.
snack.
A 4. Do with that what you will.
So you know what? Yeah, poof. You produce
Oh my gosh.
a dog-shaped loaf of lemon cake, and it is, or lemon, what'd you say?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lemon loaf.
Yeah, great, lemon loaf, awesome. However, it does not appear to be alive. It is just a succulent, delicious-looking dog of lemon loaf.
Dog.
I'm a little disappointed, but I'll tell you what, Bora. This power is a win-win.
It smells good.
And Chirp just grabs a bit of like a chunk off of the back of the dog.
It's
and
so
just like,
realistic.
Oh.
However, Ella, you also receive something as this is just unfolding before you.
Sure.
This is kind of interesting. Okay, so Dare hands you what, as best as you can tell, is little more than just a scroll. However, unfolding it, the text on the scroll actually appears to match some of what you've seen in the back of the book that you're carrying.
Okay.
And the best you can tell, the two might be related. But what would you attempt to do with the scroll?
So I can't like read it, but maybe I could copy it down.
Sure.
Can I copy it down into the book?
Yeah, write that in the book.
All right.
Absolutely. So you write that, you sort of transcribe the content in the scroll into the book. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, what happens is the book itself actually changes before you.
Oh.
Whatever now appears in the back of the book or that you transcribe into it now appears to entirely be in common, meaning that whatever the book does give to you, whatever it does produce in terms of text, is now by default legible to you.
You found the fantasy Rosetta Stone.
I found the fantasy Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone.
How'd you get that one, Murray?
It came with a free trial with the CD-ROM.
Yeah, is that one of those ones where you get one language and it updates for a lifetime, or do you have to pay a subscription fee, but you can study as many languages as you want?
It was when I was starting to learn Gnomish, and then I found out it was a whole pyramid scheme, and if you do a monthly subscription, I think it might have also been part of a prescription. I don't know. They gave me pills and rocks.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how most good music festival stories start.
Yeah.
And to Dazzle, Dare turns and goes,
Oh, wait, hold on. There was something else.
and reaches behind her and pulls out another little jar. It appears to be a jar of hair dye.
Goodness,
And-
I had a lot of junk, didn't I? I left behind so much. I do have a trinket problem.
The Silver
I think
Sterling, the
this is-
hoarder.
I like
Does
my
any
stuff.
of this spark joy?
But it's like the Bat Cave. You got to keep the giant penny. You got to keep the big dinosaur.
And also when you're alone and you're doing all of your vigilantism alone, you gotta find joy in things.
What's up with my jar?
People.
It's a bottle of Shimmy Stan's hair dye. And what this allows you to do
For birds?
Look, Shimmy Stans has his fingers in a lot of pies.
He's
a very, very
Why
busy
would you?
man.
What is that phrase?
Oh no, that was the worst choice after the whole blueberry thing.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, is it a blueberry pie?
Or 4 and 20
Did
blackbirds.
you say has his fingers in a lot of pies?
Mhm.
Have you never heard that?
That is a phrase,
Have
yeah.
you never heard that
Absolutely.
expression
Probably should
before?
retire it though.
It's a
however,
person thing.
you can pick the color you want your hair to become. What it does is grants you a temporary resistance to any damage type of your choice.
Ooh.
It washes out with hot water, though, so...
It does, so
Okay,
yeah, be careful.
good. Okay.
You can never bathe again.
Yeah.
Not resistant to hot water damage. Well, I changed my hair color a lot anyways. This will be useful.
Would you all like to head out into town?
Yes, I think we very much.
Okay, have a farewell.
Yes,
Enjoy.
please. Let's move. I've been here the whole time. I know exactly where we're going.
I'll
Bye,
let you know
cat.
if we find any more blueberries.
Oh, please don't. No, that was.
Come along, Dogloaf.
It's,
It
No,
does
it doesn't.
nothing.
I'm pretty sure
It does
it's
After they've
nothing.
been eating
I'm
it,
pretty
it
sure
yells.
that's bread. Oh no. Is it alive?
No.
Certainly not. However, as you proceed out, and the magic of the Silver Sterling's cave begins to leave you, and the wires cross a little bit for just a moment, and I'm afraid all of you experience a sudden, upsetting alignment shift. Oh, by the way, this isn't even all the ones we've got. We've got like 8 of these.
Oh, thank you.
But for right
spread out.
now, you all experience one. And I'm going to start with Dazzle.
Great. Thank you.
Dazzle becomes lawful sticky.
I'm committed to the
Murray.
stick. Let's go.
Oh God.
Murray becomes evil foolish. Uh, Chirp becomes good sappy.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, we're having too many evils. Bora becomes evil self-conscious.
Oh.
And Ella finally becomes chaotic coward.
Yes.
Wait, what is chirp?
I've already
I'm
forgotten.
Lawful sappy.
Awful sappy.
Y'all.
Those are
Ella immediately retreats
upsetting.
into her shell and just hopes that someone is going to carry her for the rest of the time. Come on.
Good evening, everyone. I think we should go commit a crime and then turn ourselves in.
Yeah. I like the crime part, but don't listen to me. Never mind.
I'm gonna stick myself down on Ella's shell.
I'm paying somebody carry us both. Ah, who is that?
You guys, I miss Cat and the kid already. Weren't they great?
Cat and the kid. That's great.
That's a good comment.
They were crumping us.
They were crumping us?
Yes.
They have crumpets and I missed it.
They were crumping?
No, ask Bora for that.
Oh.
Crumpets.
Where did Lady Ella go?
I think that for my own safety, that someone else should carry me throughout the whole rest of this adventure.
Also,
I
did Bora
cannot.
just make a crumpet?
Crumpet.
Mm,
But
Yeah.
evil.
Oh no!
Chirp.
Hey, what's up with that crumpet?
Can I have
Fess is,
some
like,
of
very
your beak
roughly
oil
corralling all of you.
so I can twist my stash?
A 15 for evil crumpet.
We have our horses. We have our horses, right?
They're stabled approximately somewhere. We had the Omni horse, right?
We did.
No, I mean it's
We
not.
did.
Oh yeah, it is Omni again.
So, like, the left flank of the Omni horse is
Yeah.
definitely stabled somewhere.
Ooh,
Yeah. Oops.
Maybe you should
I start
bake
name to
us
try
a
and find them.
new.
Yes,
Make us a
Bora,
new
you
horse.
successfully rolled for evil crumpet.
Okay.
Whatever that was.
What does
was the
that
goal?
mean?
Is it okay, it's a 50% chance, but
Oh,
if it-
you spawned an evil
I spawned
crumpet.
an evil
Oh,
crumpet.
Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. You rolled a 15, was that?
I'm
Yeah.
very worried about this.
And this little crumpet grows little. We're never going to leave this town. Grows little. This crumpet grows little tiny crummy arms and legs. And it. All of a sudden, you can see it squeezes and a face pops out. And it has a little, like, eye patch and a scar on it, which shows you it's a bad guy. And the crumpet's like, oh,
I'm gonna do some crimes. Oh, come on, it's rob an orphanage.
And I crush it.
That little guy is
Oh,
so
that's
cute.
evil. Oh, no honor among thieves. Oh,
I miss that little guy already. You remember how he was like a little crumpet and he
My
wanted to do
cranberries.
crimes?
A loud
Genius! Assert
suction
your
noise.
dominance and destroy the first volunteer.
Oh,
That's
don't
how
look
good
at me.
business is done.
I'm
Well-
horrified. Where did all this
I'm-
behavior come from?
I'm gonna pop off of Ella and I'm gonna
gonna
stick on a
pop
chirp.
off.
Yeah, the
Aw,
sound
hey,
of the
buddy.
stickiness. And I'm just gonna
I have a sudden urge to give Dazzle a hug. This shall go well.
arms
Did
out.
you just? I thought you just face planted on me. You just
I'm just pulling into the stick.
Whoa!
oh, God, you're all going to end up in an Omni.
player.
The Omni party.
Are
Two
y'all
of my
stuck to
best
me?
friends. This is wonderful.
Wait, are y'all stuck to me?
No, I
No.
pulled myself off
Okay.
of you. There was a loud sound.
That was very alarming. Could you not?
And on that, as the players all begin to stick and stuck together, the alignment seems to correct itself,
Oh.
and you find yourselves back to normal, except for two of you,
Oh.
who now will receive an entirely new alignment.
Bring it.
That will be Bora
Oh,
and Chirp.
Yes!
I feel bad about the crumpet.
Oh god.
You straight up did a bakery murder.
I did.
Bora
Huh?
is
The Ellis thing.
lawful sick. And oh good. And oh no, God no, please. And Chirp is chaotic sticky.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Finally. And he
Oh.
just sticks himself. He just sticks himself one hand just to Bora's face.
And Bora vomits, but it's sticky.
Ew.
Oh, it goes out the sides, like all around the hand.
No.
No one could have planned for that.
Oh my god, is that how you're interpreting sick?
Very
Oh my
literally.
gosh.
Oh, because Xander wasn't here when we. Yeah, you were.
No.
No,
Oh,
he
no.
wasn't
he
here
wasn't there
for
for
the
the episode.
skateboard. Oh.
We were 96.
Like 96.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what?
Sick.
That is
Yeah, but-
also an entirely valid interpretation of the word
no,
sick.
You made a choice, and that's the choice.
And you threw up on the bird. I love it.
It's everywhere.
Ew, and it's sticky vomit. I'm walking away.
No, you're not.
I'm walking away.
No!
How many arms you got? Oh, God.
I refuse to be near this much vomit for this long ever again.
It's been nice knowing all of y'all.
Okay.
Dazzle, let's go.
You-
Drag me.
Ah,
That's the only way I'm going.
How's
You
Nazik
all
doing?
proceed
Nazik is
into
still
the
here,
town of Four Roads.
Nazik has
Oh, look, a
rightfully
town.
left
NPC.
us.
Yes, Nazik's here, and Fess is also nearby,
Right.
by the way.
Confess.
But maintaining a professional distance from the
feels
group
fair.
right now.
As she does.
About 80 feet.
Yes.
I should have mentioned my cave has a mechanism that sometimes if you break in and then try to leave, it does things to you.
That is very specific, and the logic makes total sense. Let's jump in the fountain.
Actually,
Let's have-
yes.
I mean, if Chirp's going, I think y'all are going
I
too.
think
Yes.
I mean, with the vomit and the stick, maybe that might
Oh, the
help.
vomit.
Actually. Yeah.
We are now playing in the fountain.
Big old splash.
This is
As you do
nice.
so, as you flip and flop. Oh, yes, Bora, you have something there?
Oh, I don't think we're supposed to be in here, and also I feel gross.
Well, the fountain might help there, sweetheart.
Oh,
Who's to
no.
say where anyone's supposed to be or where we
Oh,
have
that's
to be
the
at any given
busker.
time?
That's just a street musician.
Oh, good.
Give him
No,
give him $1, but then take away 5.
Jesus.
That's
I'm
a-
gonna cover my
Oh, God,
eyes
do
because
you-
I don't do well
No,
with vomit.
Bora, you do not vomit in the busker's
No.
tip bucket.
No,
Bora,
No, I covered my mouth and I swallowed it.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
my
press to
God.
digitate, but I can't do anything for that.
What
I'm
The
gonna-
fountain's.
I'm
the
just gonna
fountain's
hold my
water.
head underwater till this is over.
Just hope I drown.
Chirp pulls Bora's face close to him and goes, "You make a brownie, and you make a brownie now.
Oh, okay.
A brownie."
Wait,
Careful.
sweetheart.
Or resurface. You're gonna get vomited in the mouth if you get that close.
No,
I
hang
rolled
on.
a 3.
I have
You do
brownies.
produce a brownie.
Oh no, he's sick. No, Chirp, don't do that. Oh no.
Ooh.
How
I
is
mean,
it?
it's probably pretty tasty.
Was it a
Except all of the sick that's everywhere.
But yeah, Bora's a little bit barfy still,
Wait,
you know.
was the brownie
It's a sour
alive?
brownie.
The brownie was not alive.
Okay.
Make
Although
another
Chirp didn't
one.
give it much time
I
to find
want to
out.
eat a brownie with a soul.
Chirp, I don't even recognize you anymore.
However, the effects of the fountain appear to cleanse you of your madness as the alignments revert back to normal.
Oh, I feel
Uh,
better
you know
now.
what?
Weird start today.
86 the brownie, I'm good. And Chirp
I
just gets
wanna
out of
eat
the
something with a soul.
Chirp just gets out of the fountain and shakes his feathers off. He's like, "So what are we doing in this town?"
My gods. All right.
I'm gonna stay in here a little bit longer.
That's fair.
That said, while this is all happening,
No.
Oh, is there anything else?
No. While
What
it's happening, the
else?
game is
oh
happening.
no,
What are
I'm
you
doing
talking
story
about?
now. I'm
Are
trying to
you
do story.
sure?
Perfect.
Because every
no.
time I look at our donation bar, I know there's something missing.
We have like 16 things to get to, yeah.
Thank you.
But yes, you're all wonderful. Thank you. I love you so much.
Thank you, you monsters.
I think we've proven we are the monster.
I think we have.
as you're all splashing about in the fountain, those of you who are, Fess appears to notice something. She's almost staring off a little bit into the distance, not really even paying attention despite the freneticness of what's going on right now. She looks as though she's taking something in, information that you all can't see. And she turns to you all and says, I need to go. Do not wait for me. I will find you when I am finished.
Is everything okay?
Yes. I think that...
Don't be weird.
No, I must find out for myself. I will return soon.
What must you find out?
Do you
I
need
think...
help?
We're your friends.
I think someone that I know is nearby. But I must confirm. I will track you down. Do not wait for me. I will be back before long.
That's
Careful.
weird. If I think somebody I know is nearby, I just wave and say hi. Unless I owe them money.
Right. If I think someone we know is nearby, I just hide.
And she steps into an adjacent shadow and disappears before your eyes.
Bye.
However,
It turns and Chirp turns to Bora and is like, "You guys are cool, right?
Is this what ghosting is?
No,
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I feel a little sick again, but it's fine.
Okay.
however, we do have one unresolved confessional for Fess. And now would be a good time to do that.
Allergies. Allergies.
Allergies.
Deepest fears.
The thieves' cant was unmistakable. As far as I can tell, it appears, well, those who I've worked with before might be in the city now, and if they are, then maybe my sister is still alive. I have to find out for sure. I hate to leave the group, I hate to leave Bora, but I must know. Okay, now, so listen up. You know what? It's not even really a food, but I have a serious issue with soda water. Really, anything carbonated really doesn't sit well with me. I break out in hives. I wonder if it's more like psychosomatic than anything else. In terms of fears, though, really, it's my main thing. I'm not going to lie. It's commitment. And that's why, for me, this whole thing with Bora, especially with her, all of those confessionals where she was looking up the school districts and planning a big to-do for me. And I know this might just sound like me arguing with myself via confessional, but it's definitely not. These are real things that Bora did and said in the actual world.
It's all canon.
It's all canon. And I feel like I'm just not ready for that. So you know what? If nothing else, this is time for me to just... reconnect with people from my past and maybe just get a little bit of fresh air, a little bit of distance, because you know what? Separation makes the heart grow fonder. And maybe after all of this, I will realize that I do care about Bora enough to really make this something official. Maybe I am ready to settle down.
Jesus.
I wonder how those school districts are in town. This might be a nice... You know what? I'm going to go on Zillow, and I'm just going to check. I'm checking. I'm not going to commit to anything. I'm just going to look on Fantasy Zillow. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, you
Yeah, I know. It did. It went French at the very end. It went French.
Do
You put our
y'all
characters
get a
down.
feeling? Do y'all
Put
get the
'em down.
feeling that the story of this campaign really only moves forward the way Vince wants it to when one of us
Yes.
is gone?
Yes.
Look, y'all got to stop not being here on Fridays. That's all that I can tell you.
Look, we're trying. We're trying.
Oh,
Oh,
that
boy.
feels like someone else playing with your toys when you're doing
Guys.
stuff with Bora and Fess. That's our game. Get out of
Look,
here.
I give the people what they want. That's all that I can tell you.
Yeah, well, I'm
Are
afraid of
you-
the dark now. So,
Are you not entertained? All right.
The drama of a sweet budding RP relationship just starting to happen fresh, and then it immediately nosediving into extreme uncomfortable levels of immediate commitment, and then ultimate repulsiveness from the other partner towards commitment, and then flip like The amount of flip-flopping that has happened in this
Yeah.
couple in literally a day.
We've
too much.
jumped. We've
Well,
jumped
it's
from
been-
like
it's been
season
closer to a
2
week,
friends
but yeah.
to season 8 friends, like real
Yeah.
wet speed.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
All I can say is a lot of things happen in your head that you don't voice out loud, and
This is true.
that's, you know what? Sometimes we got to explore those weird, icky things that happen in that brain of yours, and they're all canon.
Stop it.
Chaotic.
That's up to
ick.
you. Y'all are having. Yeah, we have fun here. We have fun.
Oh, is that what this is?
However, as Fess disappears before your eyes, something else happens. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but
This is so sweet.
you spent a lot of time down there in that cavern, and apparently much more time than you expected because, oh my god, it's nighttime now. It's gotten dark out. People are retiring to their homes, to the inns, but there's something else. The
4
clouds.
years have gone by.
The clouds peel away,
I
and
feel
you realize
musical.
there's
Oh.
a full moon casting down upon you.
Are we getting the band back
The
together?
moonlight shines a beam into Murray's hands, and as you look back, he's silhouetted again with a sax in his hand.
Nazik has a triangle.
Playing the side of Alice.
This one
Shell.
goes out to Bora.
She's dancing, but Bora doesn't really know how to dance, so it's kind of awkward, jerky motions.
I know you feel like that special someone keeps running off into the shadows, but I'm here to let you know that they called in and they want to send a message to Bora. They just want them to know that they are also looking at local school districts.
Oh god.
This is going to be a long night.
It is.
And a crowd begins to gather around this impromptu smooth jazz performance, all calling in to Radio Murray to pitch their requests.
Yes, caller number 3. What can we spice up your life with tonight?
Freebird!
No! Get out of here!
Get off the
Sorry.
channel.
Get off this
Anyways,
channel.
this is Wonderwall.
Oh boy. As a matter of fact, you all rack up quite a number of tips from all the night owls in town here. Well, what are you collecting these tips in? I want to know.
Does anyone have a
Um,
cat?
Mm,
I don't have it. Oh wait, I
Is this? Hold on. After all this shit we just went through, this is the tough thing to improv. This is the thing we just can't figure out.
Yeah.
What can we put
Some
coins in,
pineapple.
everyone?
What would hold something?
If you does
Um,
anybody have anything that's like a container?
Oh,
some
do
sort
the
of a
coins
container?
have holes in them and they have to try to get them on my horns
We can put them
like
on
a, like a
we can
ring
put them on a
toss?
string. We can keep them
Uh-huh.
on a string.
Ooh, yeah,
no, they don't seem to have any
baby.
holes.
No, okay.
The crowd is swiftly dispersing. However,
We'll just,
they say,
we'll just
all right, I'll
hold,
just
hold
fucking throw
open
them
the,
on the
like
floor.
one of the gaps in Ella's shell.
Yeah.
Oh, so you set up like a little booth where it's like make the coin into the turtle.
Just flip
And
it
they all
in.
have to try and flick a coin into Ella's shell.
Ella's shell works like a plinko board. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Well, Ella, somewhere in there, you've collected about this whole. There's a lot of space in there.
mhm.
You've collected about 100 gold pieces.
Dang! We're good.
I rolled very high.
I jump up and down and I jingle.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, great. I was going to ask if there's anything you wanted to do in town while you're here, but it's now the middle of the night, so what's up?
Well, I think I need to go run through the forest for a while,
Oh,
playing my music.
I need to
Alright.
sleep.
Maybe play for some chickens that may or may not boogie themselves to death.
Okay.
You know,
They will, but they'll lie about it.
great.
Have a good night, Murray. Be careful.
Thanks. I'll wake up with a bunch of branches in my beard and hair. Bye.
All right.
And Murray takes off.
That's
Murray
not a saxophone anymore.
into the night.
That's
Are
just
those
the
the
sound
chicken?
my feet make when I stamp on chickens as I'm
It's the
running.
chicken accompaniment.
Yeah. I'm like Peter Piper now, except there's a bunch of chickens and they're all
There's a
following me
fleet of
around the
chickens
town.
chasing Murray. Oh my god.
The one
And
thing
as
chickens can't
Meridian
stand.
led all of the chickens out of the Republic of Travers Bound. All right, well, I assume the rest of you turn in somewhere for the evening. There is an inn nearby.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just
It's Shimmy Stan Sleep Shack.
Shimmy Stan.
Shimmy
Wow, Shimmy
Stan.
Stan really is everywhere.
What a
He's got quite
legend.
I mean,
quite
Shimmy
a-
Stan owns this town, really. Like, yeah. So,
Feels like
We've got a
Monopoly.
turtle full of coins if we need to pay.
Jingle,
Jingle,
Sounds like a
jingle,
euphemism
jingle,
for
jingle,
something.
jingle.
oh boy. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Okay, well, yes, you all can easily get a room in Shimmy Stan Sleep Shack. And by the next day, you all feel
So funny.
well rested. Oh god, we gotta have a Spawn Shimmy Stan tier one of these weeks.
God.
Uh,
I didn't know we needed Shimmy Stan,
I picture,
but
I picture him as Foghorn Leghorn for some reason.
I'll say.
But with like a
but
pompadour.
Monkey
You all-
Island. The stand.
I'm actually thinking more like Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Of course,
Yes.
yes.
However, the next morning, man, I'm so full of beans. This is crazy. Oh god, I don't know what it is today.
It took
However-
21 weeks, but Vince is with us now.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
finally-
all over here
finally
now.
giving
We
the
finally
fuck up.
dragged him down to our level.
Yeah.
However, you all wake up and do indeed find Murray. I'm assuming you've found yourself a quiet little hole somewhere to pass out as you're full up with twigs and branches and chickens.
I found a burrow. I've made a new animal friend. Her name is Bianca. She's a chicken. And I have woken up and I have a new saxophone tattoo. I don't know when it happened, but I also think I may or may not become a new legend like the fantasy Jersey Devil.
Oh my god!
At night you just hear the toot toot toots of the saxophone, and then
And you know that your
The
chickens are
sax
done
man
for.
of Shimmy Stan Forest.
Yeah, the sax man of Shimmy Stan is coming
The
for
sax
you.
man
The
of
Shimmy
Stan.
Stan man.
Oh my god. Anyway, so you all get up and do indeed find
A Mervyn legend.
a Mervyn legend.
Calmer, I'm covering my camera. Don't freak out.
And on that, it's break
God.
time. It's
I gotta
break
go to
time.
bed. All right. You all find Murray approaching, coming back into town, chicken in tow, and you're all back together again the following morning.
What a
are we
restful
doing?
evening.
Hey,
What are
Murray.
we doing?
Hey, new
Hi.
chicken.
It feels like a new day, like the events of yesterday. You know, they what they are. It's in the past now. We can move forward.
Feel
Yeah.
bad about the crumpet though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, Bianca
there'll be
really
more.
seems to have bonded to Murray. Sort of imprinted on you.
We shared a lot of solos last night. Great accompaniment. It was beautiful.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
chicken shifty?
I mean, to you, all chickens are shifty.
Just eyeing that chicken.
I'm pretty sure Bianca's the one that gave me this tattoo.
What a talented
It's a stick and poke.
Yeah, the stick and poke with the beak.
More like a chicken poke.
Oh.
And you do
My
see.
camera again. Goodbye.
Fuck out of here. And you do see, in fact, Bianca on the tip of her beak does have a little bit of like an ink stain there.
It's pretty good. Look at the shading. And he lifts up his pant leg, and he's got it's on the ankle.
It's absurdly detailed and like
Yeah.
colored in. Like it's beautiful.
Murray, you play an alto saxophone. This is a baritone.
I thought I could use some backup.
Oh.
Fair.
Bianca appears to be offended by your observation, Bora.
Oh, well, I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, but
All right,
chickens
but I don't
like
trust
to
your new
lie.
chicken friend.
No. Well, she's agreed that she doesn't feel like having a travel life, so this is a momentary friendship.
All right, good.
Murray,
Yeah.
it must have been your bond with Bianca and your adventures in the Shimistan forests last night. But you come out of the forest with a newfound ability. A new...
Dope.
Nope.
Dope. And you know what? I think it was the tattoo. And as a matter of fact, every time you play a musical instrument now, you give everyone around you a +1 to all of their actions.
You just cross-classed into Bard,
Whoa. I'm a bard.
I guess.
We can now only fight during the full moon.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
Wait.
I kind of won't be there because I kind of black out a little bit. There's like flashes, so honestly, this might be good for me. Just get it over with.
Ella, though, you can't help but notice, there's no smooth transition back into the plot, but here we go.
Wait, what's the +1 to? I just want to write it down because
It's
I
going to
will
be to
forget.
saving throws, skill checks, attacks, anything you roll for.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, damn.
Wow.
However, Ella, you can't help but notice that Nazik seems to be lost in thought. She's staring out towards the hills to the west.
Hey, Nazik, sweetheart, I'm sorry for all the. Well, I guess I can't really apologize because you if you can't get used to it at this point.
Oh no, you have to realize this is pretty much my only context for your people, so I kind of assume this is how it always is.
You know, it's probably best to do that. But you do seem more preoccupied than usual. Is there something we can help you with?
Where are we? Could I see a map? Do you have a map on you by chance?
Oh, we do.
I don't think I have it, but I think Bora probably does.
And if we're our first example of humanity at a modern time, it's not great.
I think I'm going to apologize for that. Like, I can't really apologize for our behavior, but the fact that we're the first thing that you've experienced,
Yeah.
I do apologize for that.
Hey, Dazzle, it can only go up from here.
That's true. So here's the map.
Everything's gonna look great.
Here you
And
go.
she does take the map, and she appears to realize something looking over it. She stares again to the hill range just west of town, and she's sort of just lost in thought a bit. And she says, those aren't hills. This is Kalai. We're in Kalai. This is where it happened.
What happened?
Please, we need to go to the Foundry.
Okay.
What?
Where's
Where would
that?
be?
It's just west of where we are right now. Those hill ranges, they used to be great structures. I can only imagine with how much time has passed that I suppose they've been covered up with time, but that's where I came from. That's where all of my people were. We were headquartered. We were safe there.
So you think maybe there might be someone left behind?
Well, we don't die. If
That's true.
they stayed safe in there, if they could have protected themselves, there might be someone still there. At the
Alright.
very least, answers to what might be going on.
Is
Do
this
we-
gonna be one of those like really tragic like air temple scenes?
I don't.
We've already
I have no
come
idea
from
what that
one of
means.
those.
Okay, all right.
Um,
Because
do
this is
we-
gonna be.
Yeah. Do we need anything?
Are they all gonna be in crystals like you were?
No, you remember on the walls of the cavern, it mentioned the architect Emku and what she did to prepare my people for safety.
Yeah, I
in the cavern.
I do remember that.
I actually
going.
do remember this, and I'm proud of me for it. Anyway, let's continue.
That is where she worked from. That is where I worked with her. Not with her. I wasn't part of the project, but I was with her in the Foundry when all of this happened. And so if she's still alive, if they're all still there, then maybe they could help us, because a lot of what was happening then kind of seems like it's happening now. And I don't know if that's coincidence or what, but if they have the answers, if we could defeat whatever is going on now, then it would be there. They would know what to do.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, does anyone think that like if there were other people that were purple that we'd have like maybe seen them before?
Would
Yeah,
definitely
maybe.
remember
But
a
if-
purple person.
But if
Yeah.
they're stuck underground,
Hopefully they're stuck because if they had a reason for not helping us, like they were mad at us or we did something to them, then maybe they forgot about it and we could
Yeah.
just go and say hi.
Maybe a long time ago they met people like us and went, nah, we're good
Oh,
down here.
And as we've established, we're a way better example of what people are like. Now let's go.
Okay.
Well, you all do decide to humor Nazik, at least this one time, and check out the hills just west of town. This once. The hill range is about maybe an hour's trek outside of Four Roads. Not far, but enough to get up to something along the way. And I hesitate to ask, but do any of you get up to anything while you journey?
Yeah. What?
Yes, Murray?
What? It's real plot things, I swear.
It's a real
I
plot.
promise I am trying to further the plot.
I promise. While we're walking, I just kind of tug at the back of Bora and just, hey kid, I noticed you've been, as Chirp put it, weak in the knees all day.
Yeah.
How you holding up?
Well, to be honest, Murray, it's been kind of a lot.
That's kind of why I'm checking in on you, because a lot happened to me too, and I'm a little selfish, and I'm trying to not be that way. So I realized that a lot happened to you as well.
It's strange hearing you talk this way. You're so coherent.
I know. I've been remembering to put my glasses on a lot more, and let me tell you, remembering a good chunk of your life again, it does wonders for the mental, like, gymnastics.
We should look into that at the home. Well, I guess
Yeah.
that doesn't really matter anymore. Huh, I don't really have a job anymore. Huh, I'm not
Well,
really looking for anything anymore, am I?
Hey,
Huh?
hey, you're like 4 feet shorter. Your knees aren't straight anymore. Do you need
okay.
some oil?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey everyone, can we just take a 20-minute breather?
For what?
That's a very long breather.
Yeah.
Really? 20 minutes? Gosh, young people. Okay, fine, 5. Give me 5.
No,
I'm
20,
old.
20's fine. I can
No,
do 20.
20's fine. What are we stopping
Oh,
for?
okay.
What's the matter?
I'm old.
Oh.
That's fair. That's
Give
fair.
me- okay.
He's allowed to say that at any
he is
time, and we
old.
have to
Yeah,
accept
no,
it.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, that's right.
It's early morning. We have plenty of time.
Great. Have a seat, Bora. Here, and I like dust off a little stump. Just there.
Thanks. And she'll plop down.
Okay, I think, can I ask you some questions? I don't mean to overwhelm you, but I kind of feel like we got some unfinished business.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, I guess number 1.
Hmm.
Hey, why were you looking for me?
Well, I guess because my parents asked me to. Do
Oh,
you still not really remember them?
no, I mean, I knew them for a short time. It was meaningful, but it was truly only, at most a few months.
My
And
mother
it was 70
said-
years ago.
I guess she was just worried about me going off on my own and said if I ever ran into any trouble to look for the silver sterling. And then I found you.
Were you in trouble?
Well, I guess we were in trouble a lot. Yeah,
Well,
I guess it's mostly Chirp and Dazzle's fault, isn't it?
No, but I remember when you first came to the home. Now I remember you sang the silver sterling and telling me stories to try to get me to stop having a tantrum, but I didn't really hear them. Maybe because I wasn't allowed to, but you came looking for me long before you ever met all of us. So why did you think you needed help? Oh. Sorry.
There's a bump in the forest.
Did you all hear that?
No, Murray, you're here. Thanks.
Sorry.
Someone
think-
dropped a blender somewhere in the forest.
Yeah, I think a bear just punched a tree.
Ooh. I don't think I was looking for anything or in trouble any more than I normally would be.
Well, did your parents ever say anything about me? Like, was I fun or smelly or?
Oh, not really smelly, but they would tell me stories that would help me get to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were a blur of silver light that would flash in an instant and save them.
I used to have a lot of decks.
Whoa. What happened? You got old?
Yeah, they don't make joint oil like they used to. They put a lot of artificial chemicals in it now. It's just
Shimmy
not as...
Stan used to make a completely organic one.
Yeah, but then he got sued and he can't do it anymore.
Jimmy Stan got sued.
Yes.
It's our new spin-off show.
Oh, better call Jimmy Stan.
Better call Jimmy Stan.
Oh no.
I know you're struggling, and but I hope you take some comfort in that that whenever you're in trouble, I will be there, even if I don't have the name or the power. I still got the silver, and he kind of tries to make a joke and shake his hair. And I'm. It may be a slower stream of silver, but I'll still come running.
Thanks, Murray. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I'll leave you with one last thing before I'm ready to move these old bones. They may not have told you this part of the story, but when I last saw them, the last thing they ever said to me was that they were... I was moody and a bit emo and sad, and I knew my time was done, and they promised that they would go and live a life of peace for me. And
they did.
It sounds a lot like they did, and I think that has a lot to do with you. So if you want a purpose in life, I think you're doing it by just making them proud.
Thank you, Murray.
You're welcome. Now I gotta move before I get stuck like this.
Oh, yeah. You've been kneeling for a while.
Yep, I could use a push.
Here we go.
Thank you. All right, I'm ready to move.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Let's go.
And you all proceed further into the forest. Nazik, seeming at the same time both nervous and excited to finally possibly see something familiar to her after everything she's been through these last a week and a half or so that she's been out of the crystal. But nonetheless, your hike does ultimately bring you to the foothills of these great mounds, this hill range that to anyone would seem to just be a simple hill range. They're certainly not massive. At their peak, perhaps 100 feet in elevation, but they do stand out in what is otherwise fairly smooth terrain. Nazik, for her part, seems a little bit distraught, like she's trying to remember something. Everything seems so different. 15,000 years gone in a moment, and everything's changed. And she glances at the sun, at the horizon around her, circles around the mound for a little bit, and suddenly stops dead in her tracks, staring at a gnarled old tree. The tree itself seeming almost petrified, twisted, and old. This was here. This tree.
That's an old tree.
Yeah. A lot of trees are old.
No, but that's a really old tree. Like 15,000 years is an old tree.
Oh, I wish Fess was here to talk to it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
Man.
such a flirt.
Yeah. The
I
older
would
they
have to
get,
do
the
both
ruder they are.
voices.
It's
Oh, true.
But Fess isn't here, right?
She's not.
She's not.
Thank the gods.
Okay, quick, let's do a little role play of it. Oh, look at you, you're so sticky.
And then I'll be Vince being Fess. Oh,
Nailed it.
oui, I am.
Wee.
This is how suddenly a TPK happens.
This is
live
more meta
on
than
the
I'm
internet.
comfortable with.
Very meta.
Oh god. Nazik approaches the tree with her dagger and carves away several inches of bark and layers of wood and
I didn't mean it.
It's an old tree.
And below it, what she hews out here, you can see an incredibly faint carving in the trunk, inches deep, with a symbol like a circle and a starburst pattern coming from it. This is my name.
Oh.
I carved this here. That means the door. And she turns and stares at the mound. There's just earth before you. And right before your eyes, Nazik moves towards the mound and begins just digging with her hands and her daggers and just carving at the earth. What do
Go
you
help.
all do?
Bora's gonna jump in to help.
I'll help.
I can help.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, I hate this. Okay.
is this how you dig?
Yeah. Do I look like somebody that digs in dirt?
How does your quick change work? Can you make your hands like tiny shovels?
I'm not
I
sure.
mean, my hands kind of are tiny shovels.
That's very true.
I've never
Yeah.
used my quick change like a pocket knife,
Oh, why
like a
not?
utility tool, but
The Swiss Army disguised self.
can I? No, right? I think I can just be other humanoid creatures.
If you can make yourself into a humanoid creature that has better hands for digging, then I don't see why not.
Mole man.
Yeah.
Mole man? Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I'll give myself some like mole hands.
Yeah, why not?
I want to be a full mole man.
We've already set a lot of very dangerous precedents in this episode.
Yep. Cool.
Why
right.
stop here?
Let there be chaos.
Who needs to be a druid? I'll always find a way to be a druid.
Chirp is mostly supervising. Y'all are doing
foreman.
great.
Now,
Digging and digging, moving earth and carving out a tunnel into the mound. Nazik herself is in a frenzy to reach the interior, and eventually, a large clod of earth gives way, and indeed, before you is a door.
now Zeke, you've been through a lot since we pulled you out of the freezing thing that was holding you. If we go in there and it's not good, are you gonna be okay?
This has been a lot for all of you. For me, I was speaking to Emku, and then I wake up and I'm with you. All of this has happened in a moment for me. And although, yes, it's been a very distressing week here with all of these new things and my people apparently gone, if anyone could have survived this or found a way out, it would have been Emku and the team here at the Foundry. I don't know how they would have done it, but if anyone could, it would be her. I'm not an idiot, okay? I know what we were up against. I know I might be disappointed by what we find in there, but I have to know.
Don't worry, if I thought you were an idiot, I would tell you.
I know you would. And some of you kind of have a little bit, a couple of times.
Pat, back to digging.
Yeah. Chirp just starts whistling.
Yeah, now that I speak common, I can go back through my memory and I know all the things you said.
Oh, that's unfair. That's super unfair. It shouldn't be retroactive.
Yeah, well,
I'm hot shit. I don't know what I can tell you.
Yeah, wow, you have a great memory. You can remember what someone said in a language you didn't speak at the time.
I mean,
That's
she's
wild.
thousands of years old. Who
And
knows
she-
what their
you know,
The
brains
Those
were
are
like
older
then.
I get, the worse I get at that.
Yeah,
Fair.
but like, look at her. She doesn't age.
Which still, by the way,
That's
Murray, blows
true.
my mind that things happen to your bodies when you get older.
I know, we've talked about the decay. It's fun.
It's fun. Well,
It is. You're constantly changing. It's really neat. You discover things all the time.
But as you do cut through this last layer of earth, before you is a solid metal door. It appears to be cast of a solid piece of metal, an alloy none of you have necessarily seen before, and carved into it is some text. And I'd be very happy to show you that text on our Roll20 battle map via a sassy little handout.
Oh, look at you.
Now let's see if we can pull this puppy up. Initially,
A puppy?
and let me know if you can see that,
I can.
It's so pretty.
it appears to just be a solid sheet of metal, and into it, some very incomprehensible script. And the door itself appears to also be very heavily warded.
Ooh.
Now, that said, the door tingles, crackles with the sort of electricity, the static of magic, of some protective spell. But like I said, the text itself does not clearly translate right now. But what would you like to do?
Can you read this?
Who,
Dr.
me? Yeah,
Nazik,
it says
Nazik.
yowie, yowie, yowie.
Nazik says, "Yes, no, I can read it. I can make it so all of you can as well if you'd like."
Oh,
Yeah.
how close did I get? Because I think it says yeah.
It's not far off, but
See, I'm seeing it.
It's more like an yeah though.
I think you're missing the T.
It's hard to say because remember, Relic looked like Alec to me, so
True.
that T could be a J or an
You're right.
I or a U
All right.
that didn't get finished.
Mm-hmm.
We know that you've offered to solve this for us, but we're just gonna keep going if you don't mind.
That's fine. However,
It
and
could
she
be a
points.
T, a top diddle.
Top
looks like a B in there. No,
She
yeah, actually,
points-
if you could, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
She-
my mouth's getting tired.
She points to Ella, the book that Ella's has in her bag, which has a bear on it.
It's the notebook that was the closest to me.
I love that. And indicates you could read it with that if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, should I do the thing where I copy it in and then it'll translate it?
That would work if you wanted to do that.
What is there a more direct and better way? Because
No. Look, I don't know how the book works any better than you do, but that happened before, so I kind of assume it'll work again.
all right, here we go.
You're so logical.
And indeed, the text does become clear to you and should be visible to all of you.
Ah.
And it reads, "The Foundry, domicile of Emku, guarded against ingress, the warded may enter."
Are you warded?
No, I'm completely blemish free.
Oh, who are you?
Fuck off.
Really though.
What's an ingress?
They didn't get in.
Okay.
I do not think we are the warded.
Are you warded, Nazik?
Zeke? Maybe.
No, I don't know. Emku started confiscating all of the wards, and we stopped using those long before I ever got here. So
Do we have to get adopted?
Oh, do we have
Probably
to like
not.
convert?
Well, no, it was more like they had these trinkets that people would carry, and it would allow them safe passage because they were like almost like identification in a sense. But I don't have one.
Oh,
Chirp has something like that.
Can you tell me what it looks like?
Yeah, Chirp Chirp is apparently just staring off into space, just miles away right now.
Chirp has something like that. He has a thing.
Also, I've got this, and I take out my psychic paper. I've got an ID. Tell me how to make it.
We might as well just call it that now. It's just fucking what it is.
And Chirp has a thing that he wears.
Pulls out,
It's called
Chirp
I
pulls
Am
out-
What I Am.
Yeah, Chirp pulls out his amulet. Is his amulet doing anything?
What do you want to try to do with it?
Am I warded? What's happening? Do I shake it?
Does it look
Try
anything
slamming it against the door.
I'm gonna
Again,
knock.
Touch.
Open
You're
the
hitting
door.
the amulet.
Open the door.
Hello, computer. My God. So you speak to the amulet, and it does not reply.
Oh wait, Chirp looks at the door and goes, "Friend."
You take 3 points of reference damage.
That's fair.
Does this look anything like the trinkets you would carry around?
And she examines the amulet and says, "This, I mean, this could easily have been made by my people. It's a similar style, but again, I never had a ward. I never used one. We stopped using them long before I arrived at the Foundry, so I wouldn't know. But
The door is like locked, right? Like we made sure the door is locked, right? Like
it's
somebody has
locked,
tried.
and anyone trying
Okay.
to touch it gets a bit of a shock when you do so.
Okay, cool. I was
When you were wearing the amulet though, Chirp, did you get that little like zap thing?
Chirp has not yet attempted to touch the door.
Will you touch it?
Open.
Chirp touching the door. Chirp touching the door does not receive a jolt.
Oh,
Maybe.
Hey! Chirp tries to push the door open.
Thankfully, it is push. As it
Yay.
says, it's just written there on the side there,
Yeah.
push.
push.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the door, as a matter of fact, does begin to give way. It opens,
I'm warded.
and the seal
Well done.
the seal breaks with a bit of a pneumatic hiss as the ancient air inside of the chamber exchanges with the new air you're bringing in, and the pressure equalizes.
Smells kind of like Murray.
Oh boy. Entering the lab, though, it's covered in a film of dust, but clearly has not been touched in millennia. The air is thick and stale, and there's an unsettling feeling here. Something kind of off. But before we get into it, we'll take a very short break.
Woo! Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for a commercial from our very own Shimmy Stan.
yeah.
Okay.
We gotta put those in the podcast. I'm gonna be totally real with you. That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, let's please do a Shimmy Stand commercial.
Also, if you're here from Idle Champions, they have new chests. They replaced the gold chests with Electrum chests. So ! code in chat if you wanna get your little chest
Get your
code.
hands on
Get
those.
your goodies.
Nice.
Get your free stuff. Stick around for a while.
Welcome back, everyone. When we last left our players just now, they were this must end. I cannot.
It's Shimmy Stan!
Shimmy Stan time. Oh my God! This show brought to you by Shimmy Stan Sleep Shack. All right,
We
so
get paid every time we do it.
if only. Oh my God. But yes, you enter the lab. As I said, it's obviously been untouched in quite a long time. There is a thin film of dust covering everything around you. The air is thick and stale, and there is an unsettling feeling here, something that's just a little bit off. Nazik immediately dashes inside, looking around. But apparently not finding anyone. As a matter of fact, the entire place is rather quiet. She's peeking in and out of rooms, and she says, "There's no one. There's no one here. There were so many of us. What happened?"
Okay, well, we prepared for this, so we're
Where's
just
the
gonna
air temple scene?
embrace the grief and sort of move on.
We don't die.
Right.
I was hoping that there might be someone left.
Now, you don't die like of natural causes, but you can be killed, right?
As you ask that question, you do hear something new in the room. A little pitter-patter of tiny feet. And a small
I'm a father?
creature-
You are not the father.
Get married. And a small creature comes
Hey!
No, Maury. There's an AU.
I
AU.
said amore. I
That's
see.
amore.
Hey, that's a Murray.
A
I
small
would
creature
totally
comes.
host that talk show.
Oh my god.
You are not the
Everyone
evil
sit
crumpet's
down.
father.
But as you hear the pitter patter, a small creature comes bounding up to Nazik. It's like a small cloud, partially transparent, but in the form of a lynx. And Nazik shouts, "Pal!" and scoops this tiny creature up in a big hug, apologizing to it and squeezing him tight. It's kind of like just bulging as she squeezes it.
Is that a friend?
Oh, this is Pal. This is my Anthu. I sort of figured out you
next
people don't have them, but we all of the Elik Pay now, we have companions. And mine didn't come with me when I was put in the crystal, apparently, but he's still here.
Oh,
Can you talk to
That's
him?
great.
Does he communicate?
It's more of a feelings kind of a thing. Like, we can get across basic intuitions and what have you, but I'm not. If you're asking for like what happened here, I'm not sure that he would know much more than we do.
Can you give us a physical description of what this creature looks like?
Yeah, so imagine a lynx the size of a small cat.
okay.
A Eurasian lynx, specifically. North American lynxes are fucking wild looking. It's got the little tufts. It's a
Ooh,
Eurasian lynx
yeah.
the size like a small cat.
Okay.
But But it's partially transparent. It looks almost like a wisp of some kind.
Neat.
Like a little cloud in this little fun animal shape.
Extra question. To the GM. When we went through that room and there were all those dead people around the button that we all wanted to press, were there animal corpses?
There were no corpses, no Anthu. And in fact, as far as this show goes, the only time we've actually encountered the Anthu before was during the very first pet one-shot. So your characters have never encountered these before.
Oh. They're like soul pets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
I wasn't
it.
sure who to answer that as. I did both.
It seems
Yeah.
a bit like coincidence. I mean, you were the one that was caught in a crystal, and then your soul pet is just here. Did you know, Mku?
Yes, no, this is where I was before I was sent into the crystal. Our Anthu only go away. They only pass on when we do. So as long as I was still alive, Pell would be able to sort of just prattle around, I suppose, until I came back.
So it's been here for 15,000 years?
Yeah, I would have thought he'd make more of a mess of the place. It's a long
Doesn't
time to
smell
be cooped
great.
up.
Do spirit animals that are soul pets poop?
That's
What
a great
sentence.
question.
It's a real question.
No, they don't. They're not like real animals. No, at all. However, peering around the lab, it is largely intact. Equipment none of you can make sense of lines various tables, and there is a viewing window to some great device below in the center of this structure. Do you all explore further? There's various different hallways, rooms. It begins to sprawl a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to explore. Maybe even see if I can like track around to see if there is any kind of sign of activity, even if it's activity like from a really, really long time ago.
Sure. I mean, you can roll me
Determine the last
either a
time.
perception or a survival, and then is there anyone else looking for anything specific or thinking to check out a certain area?
Oh, I have not rolled yet today.
I'm generally
Well,
exploring.
My trinket.
How many
ness
rerolls
is
do we have?
reignited.
We currently have 8.
Okay.
Nice.
My goodness.
Can I use one?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. They're pretty much all for you. I'm not joking.
Cocked. I rolled exactly the same. I've rolled a 6 twice in a row, so I just
Oh.
You
take
want
it.
another? You're gonna take it? There's 8,
Take
and
it.
5 of them are just for you.
Wait, really?
Yes, 5 were given just to you.
Okay, well, y'all know me.
Thank you.
Oh, I haven't rolled my amethyst die yet.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. I have a high survival. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate you for making up for whatever it is that has cursed me for my entire life. I think that's a plus 5. Yeah, 23.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus, yeah.
Keep that one.
Oh no, 24. Excuse me.
Oh, damn. That makes all the difference. There is certainly one specific hallway that seems like you're not picking up any obvious traces of specific activity right now, but you are noticing that there's a certain hallway that seems like it would be higher trafficked. And so that would probably take you down to an area where there would be more evidence of people. And I'm sorry, that was 3 for Ella, 5 for the party, 8 total.
Thank you.
However,
Thank you.
let's be honest, we know who's going to use most of them.
Yeah, it's a party fund anyways, which is always an Ella fund.
But yeah, so Ella, I'm assuming you sort of gingerly head that direction.
Yeah, of course, and I'll just let everybody know that I'm kind of following the ways. And I
Yeah,
get
and
the
Nazi-
rerolls, but I will heal y'all, okay?
Mm.
Yes.
Naz is also kind of following along with you. Now, the rest of you, there's obviously the various halls and what have you leading deeper into this facility, the Foundry, but also various rooms along either side of the space you're in right now. Do you poke around at all, or
The
just
place is pretty
stick
big,
to?
right?
It's sizable.
Should we
it's a good
maybe
room.
like go in pairs so that we don't get into trouble?
Sure.
Yeah. Big tree.
Okay, what are the teams then?
Buddy system.
Ella and the Seeker going.
Not it.
I elbow dazzle and I look at her. I was like, this is like 15. This stuff has had 15,000 years to like become more valuable.
Yes, and it's like kind of dark down here. Let's go.
You know what?
Dazzle-
Sage, take a point of inspiration
Nice.
for leaning into it.
Heck,
I have given our
yes.
inspiration twice on this entire show. That was one of them.
I'm just gonna kind of like lightly hold on to Chirp's wing, just kind of like.
Okay.
I'm so
all
sorry I
right.
did that to you.
Uh,
But
so
not
yeah,
really.
We'll split off.
Great. And then I'm assuming Murray and Bor, you're also poking around?
Yeah, is there like an illumination system that seems to be there? Like a sconce or something that would hold a torch, or
I'd say, so first and foremost, one thing that stands out to you about the space you're in right now is aesthetically and technologically, it is incredibly foreign to you. It is unusual to your eyes. That is to say, all around you, there appear to be traces of those things that you might find familiar, such as, on a very basic level, stone, metal, tables, chairs, what have you. It looks like, okay, great, this is a place where humanoid people do things, but as opposed to sconces or torch holders, there appear to be gemstone inlays in the walls that have some form of wiring connecting them, and a lot of other elements like that that convey a certain almost otherworldly nature to this space. But if you were to trace the wires down, you could perhaps find where they start, and you do find what appears to be a bit of a toggle on the wall.
oh, flip the switch.
And indeed, the room does fill gently with this artificial illumination, not from any fires, but from all of the inlaid gemstones surrounding the walls.
Whoa.
I think I have a
For-
new spell.
I think, yep. For a minute, I thought it was those corrupted roots.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Cause what the heck is this thing?
Yeah,
And
we touched
point-
those before.
You did.
Chirp
Well.
would like to
I did.
examine one of the gems that
In
she
the
split
wall?
up. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's that's a free. You know what? No. Roll investigation. I want to see how well
It's gonna
you figure this
cost
thing
you.
out.
Can I
Yeah.
assist? And I'm also because I'm
Yeah. So both of you were just like
Uh-huh.
peering at this thing.
Well, Chirp got a 7, so that is very investigative.
I got a 13. Wait, no, I have a what's my investigation? That's a 15.
Yeah, that's solid. So, as far as you can tell, the glow is coming from inside of the gem. Not as much as the gem is producing this light, but that there is some energy being focused by the gem, resulting in light. How it works, you could not remotely discern.
Oh, that's cool.
We were
not
wondering if
interested in
it's
how it
valuable.
works. Yeah, is it worth anything?
To you, this appears to be something akin to quartz crystal.
Okay.
You couldn't say for sure. Not that it doesn't have any value, but it would probably just be a common gem, unless it does glow on its own, and you can't tell whether or not it does.
Maybe we try to pop one out of the wall just in case.
You just pry one out. You know what I mean? Chirp grabs one of his little dart daggers and tries to pry a gem out of the wall.
This calls to mind that scene from The Mummy with the scarabs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
seems,
boy.
Seems fine to me.
oh no.
That tracks. However, roll me a sleight of hand
Sure.
to pry. Roll to pry.
That is a 14.
Nice. Okay. With your shimmy stand brand stiletto, you managed to just barely get that gem. Wait, hold on.
There it is.
Just there it is. It took 2 tries.
Mhm.
Get that gem out of the wall, and you are holding a small gem. Behind it, there appears to be no light, but the gem in your hand as well is also now not glowing.
Did the circuit go out, or is?
No, they're
Yeah.
still lit.
Okay, so it's not a Christmas
lights.
light.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Fantasy Christmas
Fantasy
lights.
Christmas lights.
Yeah.
I put it back in the wall.
It re-illuminates.
Weird. It's a wall thing.
It turns out the wall is valuable.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the big wagon.
Maybe we'll look and see if there's anything else. There's probably
Yeah.
other stuff in here. Can we continue into like one of the rooms?
Yeah, so while that's happening, Ella, you're with Nazik probing down that hallway, and rounding a corner, you do notice something is a little bit wrong now. Furniture is upended, walls and windows appear to be cracked or broken, doors hang off their hinges. Something very bad happened here. Further, it feels, and this applies to all of you, it feels almost as though... What are you? Why? What is happening?
Said the window to the wall.
I was trying really, really hard not to. I'm here. I'm here.
This
Window.
motion.
Window to the wall. The
Oh
sweat.
boy.
Is the sweat.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, it feels this
something
applies
really
to all
dramatic
of you.
and tragic probably happened,
It
right?
feels as though shadows dance at the edges of your vision and a tingle at the nape of your neck. And Nazik is taking all this in as well as she walks with you, Ella. It wasn't like this. We were safe.
Jingle,
you jingle with every step. Really breaks the tension. Shink, shink, shink.
Just a small observation. There aren't any bodies, so maybe they just aren't here either.
That could be. I don't know where else they would have gone. The Foundry was the last safe place for us.
It does feel like there's, but I mean, and it's not exactly the same as when I felt in the sword, like an awareness. But doesn't it feel like there's like we're not totally by ourselves?
Something does feel odd. And then
Oh, I thought I could just feel a storm coming.
in your knees.
Yeah, the tingle.
No, I feel like we're almost being watched.
And then something catches her eye. She walks into one just adjacent room and gazes at a network of glyphs on the floor. This is where she put me. Mku brought me in here and shoved me onto the glyphs. And the next thing I knew, I was with all of you.
Is it
So
teleportation?
Mku put you in a crystal?
Yes, Mku tried to protect me. She sent me to the cavern. I assumed that the rest of us would be following behind.
Well, what was she protecting you from if this was supposed to be the safe place?
The purple goo, remember?
Right, but like, the purple goo was here also?
if that's what you want to call it, yes, we were battling the blight for many generations. By the time of this final assault, we'd been whittled down to perhaps fewer than 1,000 people across the entire continent. And she had a plan to protect our race in the cavern, using these crystals as a way to preserve us until the world might be safe for us to reemerge. It was all supposed to take place here, and there were networks of safe houses around the continent where those who were surviving could gather and be transported to the cavern when it was activated. But apparently that didn't happen. And meanwhile, elsewhere, Dazzle, Chirp, you find yourselves in a small room as you probe about looking for other potential valuables. It's a little room with a chair and a collection of gemstones and metallic boxes with glyphs, knobs, and all manner of other bits and bobs upon them. However, one of the gems is just half hanging out of a socket, as though it could be gently fitted back in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Treasure or trap?
Let's find out.
All right.
Classic game. Oh, so you go pop.
Yeah.
Wait,
I could stand for it to be a little brighter in here.
there we go. Great. So yeah, you pop that socket right back in there, and clicking the gem into place, you hear a mechanical whirring start. And the whole network of metallic and crystalline devices before you on the little table come to life. Lights dance across the panels and glyphs, and back in the room with Nazik, and it also sounds like Bora and Murray may have wandered over as well while this was taking place. All of you also hear this whirring. Something begins to happen, and suddenly, before your very eyes, specters, incorporeal people, appear before you.
Can we see this is in our room too?
If you peek out and kind of follow the noise.
Not in our room. Excellent.
Not in your room.
Love
yeah.
that.
But they do seem to be incorporeal. You can see right through them. They don't appear to actually be solid to your sight. But you don't know who or what they could be until you recognize one of them as Nazik. And the corporeal Nazik, standing next to you, begins to tear up as she realizes what she's seeing. The specter of Nazik is dragged into the room, soundlessly pleading with someone. Another, also a female predecessor, gestures to the glyphs on the floor and appears to be pleading something, begging Nazik to something. Nazik argues something back and begins to storm back out of the room when the other woman grabs her, trips her, and forces her onto the glyphs, activating a switch on the wall. Nazik reaches out with her hands towards the woman, silently screaming, and vanishes, calling to mind the exact pose you found her in the cavern with hand outstretched. Emku, I remember. There was a disturbance in the lab. We heard fighting, and she wanted to protect me. She promised that they would follow. She promised me they wouldn't leave me.
Is there more of the thing?
And the spectral form of Emku begins to move again, out into the hallway. And now, at this point,
Follow her. Yeah.
Dazzle, Chirp, hearing the chatter of the whirring, peering out. If you poke your head out the door, you'll now see this figure entering the hallway from the room that Ella, Murray, and Bora are in.
Chirp, what did we do?
You made like
Thing
a
until
memory.
until somebody asks us directly.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no one saw us put the thing in the wall.
Look, it was hanging off. It was supposed to be there.
Yeah, okay.
Emku moves out into the hallway, and from the way you just came, you see other predecessors, also incorporeal, mostly in what appears to be one or another type of uniform, running towards her. Emku is shouting something that you can't hear and waving them on. And just behind them, you see something else in pursuit. They're humanoid, but different, as though a creature of purple ick and carnage had burst out from the body of a predecessor. A half dozen of these creatures chase the group down the hallway and proceed further towards where all of this furniture had been tossed and carnage is visible even now. Do you follow them? As you move down the hallway, you see what appears to have been a barricade, composed of furniture, heavy equipment, a barred door, but one that had long since been broken through. In this hologram of sorts, though, you see Emku and her team running through this doorway and working quickly to board it up and barricade it. The creatures on their heels crash into the barricade, pounding away at it as Emku's team struggles to hold them back. But as you enter this room, you see them. Ancient skeletons, scattered in distress across the space, at least a dozen of them. Nazik yelps.
Oh.
Also here, the hologram of Emku, and another, a male predecessor, seem to be arguing. Eventually, they calm, looking somber. The team holding the door shouts something, and the barrier starts to give way. Tendrils of jagged, bony ick find holes and stab violently into the room, impaling some of the people holding the barrier. Emku walks to a desk, picks up a small metal sphere with a gem in its base, and speaks something into it. Then placing it onto the surface of the desk, where you do in fact see that very same object now before you. From a drawer, she draws what appears to be a long, very thin dagger with a glass container at one end. She says something to the man she was speaking to before, and he nods, draws his dagger, and approaches the barrier. Slashing out, he manages to cut a piece of the creature off. But its other tendrils take notice and stab into him once, twice, again, and again. He throws the chunk of purple ick to Emku, who places it inside the glass dagger before he finally lays still. The creature breaks through the barrier, casting the predecessors in all directions, and bears down on Emku. Next to you, Nazik is watching with rapt attention, and you hear her mutter just one thing under her breath. Mustar. Emku pierces the dagger into her heart and twists the container at the end. Immediately, all of you see the infection beginning to take hold in her, the purple and black veins spiderwebbing across her body before she clicks the end of the dagger fully into place, and a blinding flash of light fills the room. When it recedes, there is nothing left but burned corpses, exactly where you see them now. Nazik slowly, dazedly, shuffles over to the corpse you now know belonged to Emku. Her body is still slumped back against the desk, her bones charred and scored. In her left hand, the dagger. Nazik has tears running down her face and puts her head to Emku's forehead. You do not, however, see a corpse belonging to the creature that broke forth into the room. What do you all do?
Zeke.
This was supposed to be safe. We were all that was left. And we were supposed to be safe. How could they have gotten in? How could they have been us?
You say they, that this thing that was attacking, do you know what it was?
The blight. It controls people. It takes over people. People you thought were your friends. They look the same. They act the same. And then they are not.
Maybe this is a stupid question, but you've still got one of those Vials? Could that work on your friend?
Not like this.
Oh.
However, there is still the dagger in Emku's left hand and the small metal sphere on the desk, should anyone choose to interact with them.
Nazik,
Bora's gonna look at the sphere while that's happening.
just before you totally, that sphere, I imagine that if your old friend spoke into it, it wasn't in common. We might need, if there's any kind of a message or anything, we might need your help to translate the last thing he said.
Nazik wipes her face, stands up, and holds out a hand for the orb.
Bora will pass it over.
She takes her dagger and takes a little prick of blood from her neck,
Oh!
just in the front right here, and draws a small glyph on the bottom of the sphere. She then clicks the gem into place, and you hear commotion, shouting, crashing in the background as this recording plays. And then a voice from the orb, in common, speaks to you. And it says, "This is Architect Emku, speaking from the Foundry for whoever may follow. I have failed us. Right now, 1,000 families await a salvation that will never come, because we were not fast enough. The blight found its way into our own ranks and destroyed us from within. Sister, I am so sorry to have broken yet another promise to you, but there is one that I will keep. I will take every last one of these things down with me." And then the recording ends. Nazik is hugging the orb, hunched over the ancient body of Emku. Quiet sobs echo in the stone and metal room.
Sweetheart, you didn't tell us it was your sister that you lost.
It didn't matter.
I think it matters.
She's been dead for 15,000 years.
Not to you.
Yeah,
I saw her alive a week ago.
I know. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's really just me.
I think it is. There has to be some reason for that.
Part of me was still stupidly holding out hope that there had to have been someone somewhere that we covered this this was our world.
I know.
And we don't know that you are the last one. We don't know for sure. But we know that your sister sacrificed herself to save you. And that gift is always going to be with you.
And know that we are on the same side. This blight that took your people, we're fighting against it too. Sometimes maybe your purpose is just to exist.
Then why did she even need to die? If the blight is still here, if it never went away, what was the point?
They bought us 15,000 years. They bought you 15,000 years. That's not nothing. That's a huge deal. We exist. Everybody who's on this planet now exists because of what they did. That's not nothing.
I have to destroy it for good.
And we
We'll
will
help you.
It can never come back again. This cannot happen to anyone else.
Oh, it really can't.
It won't.
We could use this. And Bora's gonna pick up the dagger.
Yeah, what was that thing that your sister did with the boom?
She called it the Kiso. It was her last resort. A plan, I don't know, W. It was never supposed to come into play. It has
Y'all
the...
really had up to a plan W?
Hmm.
You guys really thought things through.
We'd been fighting this blight for, in one form or another, almost 1,000 years. And by the end of it, where our population had gone from something like almost 10 billion people down to about 1,000.
Wow, that's a lot of numbers.
A lot of plans.
It was an apocalypse that all of us lived through. And so, yes, more plans failed than we even had the chance to dream up. But this was the final option. It had the power to exterminate an entire people by infecting herself with what the blight was. She could use its power to, I don't know how it worked. I don't know the science behind it. She was the smart one. But it would send some sort of signal, some effect that would kill anything that had that same blood, that same signature. But we never used it because if any living predecessors had any element of that taint, that corruption in them, they would also die. Don't you fucking dare.
I was fine,
Dare
and then Gina did a
what?
giggle too.
I covered my face.
I tried to change the word choice at the last second.
I was gonna be okay. and then
No,
I
we're
saw
all,
Gina.
listen, we're all super like sad. We're
We'll
sad
make
with
sure
you.
that
The
no one
taint.
else has the taint.
The
Yeah.
Grundle.
We'll inspect
Oh,
every taint.
Don't.
I'm just reading Cards Against Humanity cards right
You
now.
don't
Fleshy
need
fun
to.
bit, right?
Fleshy fun bridge. We all, you know it, you love it.
Now you're saying this Grundle is in charge of the
Oh,
taint.
No, no,
Mm.
Anyway.
no.
So we have to attack
All
the
right.
Grundle.
I'm
That
with
feeling
Kaylee.
done.
Bye.
No, I gotta get one of those too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're
It's
really
very good for
good.
dramatic effect. It's very, very good.
Yep.
However, all of this, especially that last little bit, is a lot to take in. And the
That's what they always say.
Oh my god.
I mean, I
why?
understand.
Why would they say that about the tank,
whiplash.
Gina DeVivo? Why would they do that?
You're the one still going. Move forward.
I'm reading my notes now.
Your notes say, why would they say that about the taint?
Okay,
Gina
that was off
DeVivo?
script. That part
How
was
did
off
you
script.
know?
Yeah, my
But
notes say,
honestly, that
Gina
could've-
DeVivo, why would you say that about the taint? God, okay, hello.
We've said that word. We said, stop putting my name in that sentence. Stop
Take it out. Take it out of there.
Y'all,
Oh
we
my
were
God.
serious for like 10 whole minutes.
It was
Yeah, we-
too long. It was
Yeah.
too
Too
long.
long.
We started with too many
Hey.
beans, and then we had to empty, and it
I'm
wasn't fair.
proud of us.
I am too.
Yeah.
That was 10 whole minutes.
Hey, look, we
got a
got
lot
through
of
the dramatic
backstory.
part, y'all.
You'll notice
However,
Anthony
it's
and I
about
were
to get
completely
worse.
silent.
Oh.
I do. Chirp does have a legitimate question though. So this is like a this is like the big doomsday button, right?
This dagger, yeah, as far as you can tell, that's what it appears to be.
But
Like, from the way she described it, if it's charged, but mind you, but
Mhm.
if you, Chirp Burbington, put a little piece of Aarakocra into that glass thing, and then activated it and sacrificed yourself, it would kill all Aarakocra in the world.
So you need to
get
get
a
a piece
piece
of the blight again.
Wait,
And
but then
stab
y'all
the
made a
light.
bad.
wait, then why did it kill all of your people if they put the purple stuff?
Only
They were
if they were
infected.
infected by the
But
blight.
so everyone was, except for you, Nazik.
Oh,
Person was affected by the blight
We just couldn't tell.
except for you.
Everyone had it.
It
Here's
takes
the
hold
thing.
very easily.
We know that not everybody has this thing now.
Yeah.
We know that
Really?
we do. We know that everybody cannot have it.
Yeah,
It cannot be inside of everyone. It just started appearing.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, but I don't like the point you're about to make.
I'm saying, and keep in mind, I'm saying this as a bird. To make an omelet, you break a few eggs.
Oh boy.
If some
mean, but
people are
that's-
infected with the blight, but we can save the rest of the world, we put the purple stuff in that dagger and we call an end to all of this.
But it didn't work last time.
And we also don't know. I mean, you're talking potential genocide.
And we don't have any purple stuff to put in.
Do we have any Sunny D?
Oh.
Oh my fucking
Wow.
god.
Deep cut.
Holy shit. You know what? You take 3 points of reference healing. Thank you.
Jeez. You
Okay.
Open the fridge.
we should just keep it with us for now. And if we encounter any of the purple stuff, we'll try to collect some as a sample and think it through once we get it.
Do
That's the other.
people
I don't-
infected know that they're infected?
Right,
or is
Lizzie.
it just sort of, has it ever been removed successfully? Because not everyone who has it chose it.
Right. You couldn't tell that people had it, right, Nazik?
It has. I wasn't the smart one.
Okay.
Here,
well,
put
you are
these on.
not.
Tell
But
us
look at
what
it-
they told
But
you.
Nazik, look at us. Now you are the smart one.
You did
Oh,
it.
congratulations.
Okay, there was a formulation that MQ tried that we couldn't guarantee that it worked because there was never any definitive objective test for whether or not you were infected. But there was a solution that appeared to purge an active infection. I don't know, she had a jar of it. It was this bluish, like a swirly, sparkly blue liquid. I don't know what she called it. She had some fancy name. It was like 50 syllables long. She published a paper on it. She won an award. But I was not really paying attention.
Okay.
Oh wow, we're getting into a
okay.
little sibling rivalry stuff now, huh?
Great. I saw this traveling play once, and at a certain point, they tied everyone to a chair, and we could just do that, and one at a time, make sure no one has the purple stuff in the whole world, and we poke them with the blue stuff, and then yes or no.
I saw that play. You're talking about Fantasy the Thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
the-
remember.
the
Oh yeah,
thing-
that's it. It's something.
It was
The
Shimmy,
thing would
Shimmy
be
stands
to-
the thing.
Right.
Shimmy
yeah,
Stan
Shimmy
presents the thing.
That's
That's
the thing.
right.
But the thing that I learned about the thing would be to not tie everyone to the same chair.
No, different chairs.
no
different
Omni
chairs.
chairs.
No Omni chairs.
Oh.
Because in Fantasy the Thing, they didn't know that they were infected, which is different than Fantasy pod people. Fantasy pod people know, but they're hiding it.
Ah.
Well, I from watching Fantasy the Thing, actually, you know what? It's I read the cliff notes. You have the there was a book in the back of the Omni Horse.
Yeah,
Right.
Had to
We always
pass the
keep that on
time.
hand.
the
That's where
novelization.
that
Yes, if I
was.
remember from the novelization, the infected people, in fact, once the infection took hold, they were also mentally taken over by the creature.
Yeah.
They were like sleeper agents in a sense, which
Right.
is sort of what we're dealing with.
So,
So
but is
okay,
there-
so
how'd
it's
you
a
find
fantasy invasion of the body snatchers, not a Fantasy the Thing.
No, it's definitely a Fantasy the Thing. This is
Okay.
much more a Fantasy the Thing. Yes, it was Shimmy Stands the Thing.
I'm glad we worked this out. Anyways,
Okay, so however, there might be some of the solution still here somewhere.
Ooh.
I mean, I can look around. It's been a very long time. I don't know how long it keeps.
Yeah. Everyone, split up. Find the blue stuff.
I can definitely look around.
Anybody who wants to can roll an investigation check.
Oh, if
Doing
it's
it.
investigation, I can look around, but I won't do well.
yep.
You got
Uh,
re-rolls, baby.
That's a 21.
19 for the bird.
17.
Dirty 20.
No.
We love our
Nice.
amethyst baby.
Yes,
Thank
we
you
do.
to my new roommate.
You know what?
Now
Y'all
wait a minute.
earned
Is
this.
Kaylee has
18.
Kaylee gotten a fantasy the thing? Is this
Uh-huh.
really Kaylee?
Oh.
You know what?
that's
Y'all
it.
earned this. So, peeking around and digging through various shelves and drawers of this lab, you each actually find, as you sort of converge into one space, you find a table that seems to have a stock of vials. There is one larger jar containing this blue liquid and what appear to be 6 individual small vials as well.
That's not a lot.
Hmm.
But it's more than we had to start with.
True.
Yeah.
Do we? So when do we start tying
Now-
each other up?
Now, Nasik, I know you're the dumb one, but can you make more of it?
Well,
But
you know what? I
was
feel like
the
only
other
I
was the
can say
smart
that.
one. Yeah, she said that her sister was the smart one. It doesn't mean she's dumb. It's,
If she's if the
I
other, if the
focus more on
sister
the
is the
arts.
smart one, then the
She could be
dumb
the
one.
she could be the
Somebody has
normal
to be
one.
the dumber.
Why don't we
You're
just
average.
find that paper she published?
let's just call her average.
Yeah. Are you average enough to handle this?
I don't know if I would know how to make more. I don't know how she made it.
You said she published a paper, and that was reviewed by peers of hers.
Yes, 15,000 plus years ago. I
There
don't know
are
what it-
old books.
There are old books, for sure.
Is this something that you consume?
Yes,
she's-
ordinarily people would drink it.
I mean,
Oh,
between the two of us, Bora, do you think we could reverse engineer some of the ingredients if we tasted it?
I'm going to summon some blue stuff.
Wow.
It might be sentient.
It might be sentient. It also
Oh no!
And also,
Roll
there
that.
are a lot of blue foods too,
If it
my
was-
guy.
A 5.
Yeah, let's see. You
Is it another
summon
blue man?
Oh no.
you summon what appears to be a blue liquid that upon if you wish to taste it is Mad Dog 2020.
Hey.
If you mix some of this with Fantasy Night Train, you've got yourself a spring break.
Oh my
Spring
god.
It's
break.
everywhere.
In your hands, you're just cupping it. And that stuff gets sticky.
Oh.
Ew.
Wait, let's genuinely think about this. We have a certain number of vials of it. We have the hideout tree where everybody made their last stand. You know that there was some sort of formula. We could check whatever written materials there are here to see if there's a formula. If there's not a formula, who do we know that's smart enough to actually mix this stuff?
The book. We could ask the book.
Wait a minute. How do we know that we can trust each other?
I've been telling
Don't
ya to
start-
tie each other up.
This is a lot of
But
Fantasy
not to
the
the
Thing.
same, not to the same chair.
Nope.
This is Act 2 of Fantasy the Thing, and I
Mm.
think where we are is in Act 1, where if they had acted together and been smart, they could have avoided Act 2.
Yeah, we all know each other well enough that I think we would recognize.
Yeah,
if
but
something
that
was wrong. We
involves
would trust
some
each other.
animal cruelty, and I don't approve.
Well, do we need to all sit in zone of truth and check on each other for a
Yeah,
minute?
there we go.
Yeah.
Who
Zone
knew
of
blue
truth.
stuff? We got zone of truths.
We could all take a sip of this
You-
solution.
Or we could do that.
Yeah, but like
Well-
the Zone of Truth seems like we don't waste this limited quantity of blue stuff.
Yeah, why'd you get creepy
The zone
all
of truth
of a
will
sudden?
Yeah.
only work if you know that you are infected already.
Ah, shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my concern. Is
All
right, I'll take a sip.
Sentient. I'll take a sip.
Does it have to be big?
So what you mean is we would have to Zone of Truth, then wait 5 days if we were asymptomatic and
Oh,
do
Jesus.
another Zone of
God.
Truth.
Don't
If
bring
we're going to be
D&D.
responsible.
Too real. Too real.
Uh-uh.
I'm just asking how to responsibly Zone of Truth during a time like this.
Bottoms up.
All right,
A little bit of Mad Dog
Every-
in there.
drink
No.
the minimum you have to.
Yeah.
Just a little drop.
Someone
all-
cast.
You all take a little glug of this liquid.
Small glove.
And, well, let's all be upfront about this.
Lil
Oh.
Glug is my is.
We
the
did
name of
find
my
some
I was-
liquid in a cave.
God, I
and
was
drank
thinking it.
None of you believes that you are evil. None of you is aware of any infection having taken hold in yourselves. All of you feel that you are possessed of your own mind.
What the fuck are you about to do?
I know.
Oh,
But
is
as
this going
you-
to affect the fact that I'm partially a celestial spirit, and I'm not sure how much of my actual personality nor traits or abilities belong to myself?
Or like if
We'll
you're
see.
a bird.
Or is this revenge for
Or a
the
turtle?
carpet thing?
The uneasy feelings you've all had since entering this place get worse.
Oh,
no.
It's almost as though something is stirring within you all. A voice whispers from the deepest recesses of your mind in a lullaby. And then all of you feel violently ill at once, and
Not
something
again.
horrible expels from within you. You have visions of your encounter with Losha, a corruption you've carried since that day. And it's forced out of you now, drawing forth sickly purple ick shooting from your bodies and coalescing into a great towering figure of carnage that stands before you. Roll initiative and cut
Whoa!
to battle map.
Woo! We have to fight a vomit monster.
Oh
Yes.
no, that was inside of us
I used
all
up-
along.
I used up all of the luck on this die.
Oh,
Chirp
In
gets
my
a 15.
notes, this is called the ick fight.
Well,
Gross.
All right, so do we have 20 through 25? Oh, no. Do we have 15 through 20? And Murray, what was yours?
17.
Okay, so Murray and then Chirp. Chirp, yours was 15?
15, yeah.
Okay. Murray was 17. Chirp. Kerp with 15. And then 10 through 15. What do you
Well-
got? So 12 for Dazzle, 10 for
Yes.
Bora. Great. Dazzle 12. And oh, you can. There's rerolls, Kaylee.
Please, Kaylee. Please.
the speed for the fight isn't the
I don't-
yeah,
desired
speed
thing.
isn't your strong suit anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna need rerolls for something else. I rolled
Maybe.
a 1.
Oh!
Hey, we still have 6 rerolls remaining. Just putting that
6
out
total.
there.
Okay.
So then, Ella, what was your roll? Oh, that was a 1. Oh, okay. You're still expelling, so it's very distracting.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it now that that's out of me. I think I felt like a light hangover or sinus thing ever since we've come back to life.
Huh.
Has
I just
anybody else
figured-
noticed that?
I just figured that was something that happened when people are dead.
Every time
Ella, you have to stop vomiting out evil.
Ooh, it's still coming.
Well, we don't want
too
the evil to
time
stay
you-
inside of her.
No, but there's a
Stop.
lot of evil to fight. We should space out the
Bigger.
evil.
Maybe shut your mouth or something.
every time
Oh
you
no,
heave,
it'll come out your nose.
Oh,
Every
No,
time
no,
you
it'll come out on the
heave,
other
your
spot of her
shell-
shell.
every time you heave, your shell jangles a little bit.
Jingle.
Beautiful. Here we all are. So we have
Oh
a
my
new
gosh.
figure for Nazik. By the way, Nazik's on the battle map now.
Yay!
Ooh.
Her over there kicking ass.
I also want to mention everybody with the new PixelCircus emotes with that Nat 1 since Kaylee rolled one.
So
We
many.
got that Nat 1 emote all up
Oh,
in chat.
boy.
It's good to see it.
It's so good to see it,
Isn't
but
it?
also it's very hurtful. Please continue.
It's very hurtful. Oh boy, the Ick monster's going first.
Oh.
Oh, lovely.
That makes sense. We're all heaving.
So this liquid seems to have purged whatever latent corruption was in you. Because that's the word that we're choosing to use forever. And it's going to go first. You see it rears up, standing at something like maybe, I don't know, 10 feet high, almost to the ceiling of this structure, and reaches out with these tendrils and sends this wave of tentacle gooiness at you, which is going to affect all of you standing nearby. Everyone has to roll a dex save.
Oh, good. I'm so good at those.
I'll roll for Nazik.
If
Oh, that
only
was
it
spicy.
A full moon, y'all could have the +1.
21 for the bird.
Nice.
All right, so Chirp saves.
The bird is dexterous.
I got 14.
Okay.
Do we have a
15.
reroll?
Murray, take the reroll.
That's better. 18.
16 for the turtle. Not bad.
Okay. And then Murray, what was yours? Your new one?
18 is the
Okay,
new one.
great. And then Dazzle, you got a 14, right?
Yeah. Should I
Okay.
re-roll that?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you felt like. I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
Noted. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay, okay.
There she is.
You
Well,
all
I
take
did not
just
focus on
half
those.
damage as this
Oh.
goo creature flings out at you. You all take a total of 7 points of goo damage.
Ooh. Is the goo necrotic?
I'll say necrotic. That's fair.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm resistant to necrotic damage.
God, you got me again.
So that mean I don't take anything? Or is it just
It
gonna
means you
half
cut
it
it in
again?
half again.
Okay. And it was half. Sorry, half what?
So halved was 7, and then you can round down for that. So it'll be 3 for you.
Ooh, generous.
I'm very generous. I'm a merciful god.
Well,
More rerolls. Thank you, everybody.
yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So next up is going to be Murray.
Yep.
Yep.
Pull out my 2 swords. Huzzah! And then, oh boy! And as I connect them, they cast with my oh boy branding smite illuminates the 2 ends of the sword, and they glow with a radiant light. And then I go for the swing.
Yeah. So move your little dude up there and show me where you strike this
So,
this gooey bastard.
am I going down these stairs?
Sure, I want to see that all play out.
Okay. Oh. 1, 2, 3. I'm coming for you.
Careful your hip, Murray. Careful your hip.
Use the railing.
Please use the railing.
Okay, I jumped down. Haha.
Oh! Stuck it. 10.
Yes.
And roll that
Okay.
attack for me.
Okay, doing it. It's been a while.
Been a while.
You're welcome.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got me
and doing
it.
it and doing it and doing it. Well, okay.
Okay. Ooh, baby. Yeah, those are both over 20.
Jesus Christ.
And okay. Okay. And then how much extra for the branding? I can't remember. Does anyone remember?
The branding?
Is it decent?
Branding.
2d6. Uh-oh. Great. Okay, so
Oh, look at that big boy.
Oh.
Ooh, he's got some admirable heft.
okay,
He's a good boy.
14 damage with the first one.
Ooh.
5 of it radiant damage.
Radiant.
Jeezy, crazy.
And then the second one is an extra 6 damage.
Sweet shimmy stand. All right, yeah, that's a hell of
Oh,
a hit.
Question. For branding smite, does it work for both attacks? Because it just says the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack for the duration, do we still add the extra radiant damage for each attack, or is it just the first one?
I imagine, because this is my experience with all the smites, is they apply to the immediate attack that you're doing.
Okay,
I could be wrong. Someone can totally correct me on that.
I'm not
but
sure.
That's my paladin experience.
I
Like
think
the
so.
next attack.
Yeah.
the
Oh my-
next attack you hit for the duration of the spell.
Because it's the same as like casting a spell that just it hits on hit with your sword.
Yes. Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's a shitload of damage. Nice. Anything else with your turn there?
Well,
Just sitting there, just thinking.
it's a 1 and a 2, and then a boop 'em on the shoe.
Stop it.
That's
Roll
what
the
it
boop,
is.
please.
Yeah, roll a boop.
Roll the boop, please.
Roll a boop, okay.
This can go terribly wrong.
Don't mess this boop up.
That's a nat 20 boop.
Nice.
Oh, that's a
Jesus
boop.
Christ.
That is, if I ever saw a boop,
Anytime
okay.
I roll it on my Star Trek dice, I get nervous.
right?
The-
it's the wrong way.
The ick creature is just caught up in how adorable that was, and is going to have disadvantage in his next save.
So
Amazing.
generous.
What can I say? Yeah, so you cut into this thing, which appears to heal as you carve into it, but
Damn
you
it.
notice that it is taking pieces out. Every hit seems to make it almost smaller before your eyes, even though the wounds do close up. However, next we have Chirp.
So Chirp puts on his knuckles, which I imagine, by the way, just say bird and seed.
Ooh. Good knuckle tats.
Birdseed.
Yeah, so he puts the knuckles on, and we're gonna fly right over to the ick. And Chirp's a 4 attack boy these days. So I'm gonna.
And remember, you
roll
do all have
those.
+2 attack weapons as well in one form or another. So,
Oh
although
my
some
gosh!
of you,
Wait,
some
I
of you
didn't even add
chose-
that.
yeah, some of you opted for defensive items from the blacksmith instead. So as long as you've kept track of that, that's great.
Can you add 12 to my last attack?
Add wow.
Completely forgot to add my greatsword plus to the damage. Completely forgot.
Oh, geez. Okay, at 12? My God. Yeah, I can make a note of that. Chirp, don't even
In
bother
a minute.
It's been a minute. Chirp, go ahead.
So Chirp rolled 26, 14, 26, and 15 to hit.
Jesus Christ. All those except for the 14 hit.
Great. So that's gonna be 3 hits.
A quick question, and just because I've been going through different game systems, is there anything for flanking now in
I typically offer advantage for that.
Okay.
That is 10, 6, and 11 damage. Chirp Chirp flew over to the ick and then just flies down Golden Age Superman style with seed.
Seed.
Hits him in the face with seed. Kind of goes like when he saw that everything. I'm imagining this is a clay face situation. And so
Xander, don't you dare.
when he saw that Murray was able to just like hack through, so he just flies through on the first one.
That's really wholesome. That's good.
Then turns around and punches down and tries to squish this thing down, and then comes back up with like a spinning flying uppercut.
Hell
imagine
yeah,
like
brother.
imagine like an M Bison but vertical.
Shoryuken.
So you're carving this sucker up every way from Sunday. All right, yeah. I mean, you punch him, you bird, you seed, you do all those shenanigans. Look, it's on the knuckles. I don't tell you.
Don't say that.
I got seed on the knuckles.
Okay, that was it. That was it. Okay. Anyway, that is your turn, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Dazzle.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to. Where is the goo in relation to it? Is it just like one blob of goo, or are they separated into multiple goos?
Well, you're looking at it.
Oh, that's a good point. It's just one big goo on the battle map. All right. Then I'm just gonna firebolt the big goo.
Hell yeah, bolt that goo monster.
Bolt that goo. Okay.
You see, I don't want to say that.
No. I don't get why you wouldn't want to say that. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that does hit.
My cat is biting me.
Because it loves you.
No.
That is going to be 16 points of damage.
Nice.
And as a bonus action, which I probably should have done first, I would like to hex it.
You may certainly hex. And yeah, you can do that. You can say that you did that first if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I would like to hex it, and I'll add an extra just D6, and then the ability is let's just take its like con down, I guess, for con saves.
Sure.
And that's an extra 6 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that hurts plenty good. So yeah, you beam that creature, fire that Eldritch Blast, was it
I'm
right?
gonna like move myself over here real quick so I can just because I've noticed that Murray and Chirp are like right here on each side of them. Sorry, I don't mean to pick you up, Ella. I promise I'm not trying to pick you up. I don't think I'm capable. But I want to step like around Ella to make sure I can beam like right in between Chirp and Murray. A real precise.
Dig it. All right, so kick ass. Was that your turn?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, the creature is going to burn a legendary action.
Oh.
And you see it focuses, and all of you feel something piercing into your mind. Everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Hey.
Ooh. 18.
15?
How to
Okay.
re-roll, please.
Reroll, yeah, no worries, you got plenty.
Okay.
We got a 13 over here. Am I
Re-roll,
gonna want to try to
please.
re-roll?
You certainly can, Chirp.
Can I have
Okay.
one too?
Did a
Yes.
15 pass?
You know
That's
what?
better.
I'm sure you're fine.
I don't-
Ella,
I-
how'd you
that
do?
was-
17. Thank
Okay.
God my wisdom is high.
I did better on the first one. I did better on the
Alrighty.
first one.
Do you want? We still have 5 rerolls.
All right, I'm gonna try one more.
Yeah,
We're
take
coming
one.
up towards the
do
end.
it.
Burn them.
Yeah, no, that's even worse. That's
Oh,
even worse.
no.
You're going the
How many
wrong
more are there?
direction.
Do another one.
Just take another
Take
one.
another one.
Take another.
Do
Are you
it.
sure?
Do it,
Get
Jared.
possessed again. Then you gotta puke again.
Oh, yeah.
no more.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
We do no more
Okay,
heave
that's
sounds.
a 19. That's a
Nice.
19.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not good enough.
Oh wow,
I'm joking.
I was like,
We're
wait,
all
I'm a 15.
I am also
it's a 38.
19.
It's a 38. Those of you who got 15 or above, save. But you do take half damage
Ay.
as this influence works its way into your brains and gives you a splitting migraine headache. But notably, the whatever infection or corruption that carries with it seems to not be able to take hold back in your bodies. That is 6 points of damage to all of you, and that is psychic damage.
Ouch.
Sorry, Dazzle. I mean, you're all fine. Next up, that's going to be Bora.
Bora is going to take the moment of the Eldritch Blast that came from Dazzle to like sort of get in that pathway and move alongside it, right up to. So there's this like ledge on the battle map, right? Does that put Bora sort of at eye level with this thing? She's 7 foot normally.
I'd say you're both pushing the ceiling a bit there.
So from there, she's going to just look it in the face, and then as a bonus action, prep her hammer with wrathful smite, and then just pop, make an attack right in the face.
Clap. Yeah, do it.
Ooh, high math, 15 plus.
You're fine.
Okay. Plus 8, so that is 1 4 9 17 damage. Plus,
God.
my Wrathful Smite activates with 1d6 psychic damage. 3 psychic damage. And it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened. Until
And it gets disadvantage because Murray booped it.
Sure does. Woo!
Oh.
Bora
There's
was
glory
listening.
in the boop.
That was a 10.
That is not going to do it.
Okay.
So you are frightened until the spell ends. Duration, concentration up to a minute. So Bora's going to be focusing on this.
Okay, so if I recall, the goo monster now cannot move any closer to you. And I believe it has disadvantage on...
Let me...
Remind me how that frightened works there?
Yeah. I think it also has to try to move away.
On its next turn.
That
Mhm.
tracks. That hella tracks.
Has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear within line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's nerfed while it can see you, essentially, and can't get any closer.
And Bora's
awesome.
looking at it, and
All
she's
of its
gonna-
goo is like quivering in fear.
Second
Like
attack.
Jello mold.
Ooh, second attack may not do it. That is a 3 on the die. Hold on, I'm pulling up my attack.
Low
again.
math.
Oh, plus 8. What is that? 11.
Did not hit, my friend.
So it's not good enough. but that's fine.
All right. Well, it is looking pretty weary, I'll tell you that right now. It's getting smaller and smaller, as a matter of fact, as you chip pieces out of it. Almost like you're taking chunks out of the worst parts of yourselves is how this kind of feels. It's a weird vibe. You're going to probably have to talk it out later.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, it's actually Nazik's turn, who, I'm so sorry, everyone went before Ella did.
I rolled a 1. I was expecting this.
That's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
Hard to do
rolled
worse than that.
literally the lowest you could really go, technically.
And we've actually never seen Nazik fight before. So what she does is she reaches into her little satchel that she carries with her, and she grabs almost like what appears to be a metallic orb with a pattern carved into it. And really quickly, she dabs her thumb back of the cut that she made to draw that little bit of blood and smears it on the orb as she whispers something and chucks it at the goo creature. And the little orb goes and sticks into the goo and sort of just slowly sinks in there and then explodes.
Oh.
The holy hand grenade of Antioch. And that does hit, and she deals... Okay, respectable. That was also 14 points of damage. Not bad. A spicy little boom there. And spicy little boom. And this creature is not looking hot. It will take one more legendary action to attempt to attack you all, but it does have, I think, disadvantage because it's frightened, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a melee attack on anyone who's within 5 feet of it. So Chirp, Murray, and Boar are all going to be recipients of this.
You're gonna try.
Oh. That was, I believe, a total of 10. I don't think it hits any of you.
Nope.
So really, the tentacles are just flailing wildly around, and you're all able to kind of like bob and weave. And like, whoa. However, it takes off one lock of Bora's hair. It's a tiny little
How very dare you!
I don't know if you're
You
sentient.
scoundrel!
I don't know if you can understand us, but you just messed up real bad.
That's not good.
Oh,
You
God.
should be scared.
Bora's got like a little bit of that like side shave thing now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, of course, Bora
That's a
wears
lot
it well.
of hair.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
Of course she rocks it. Of course she looks great. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
However, that is Ella's turn now to avenge Bora's locks.
All right, so to
We have
avenge
3
Bora's
rerolls
locks.
remaining.
Well,
That's helpful
Before
information.
I do anything, I would like to step forward to get within 5 feet of the creature. And while I'm stepping forward, there's this sudden chill to the air as I call on my power from Fëanor to summon a spirit shroud.
Ooh.
I got some good spells. Also, I found the spell tongues, which would have really helped with my feet. You were right. One of us did have it. It was me. I'm not very smart, and I'm very bad at playing Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway,
You're great. We
Good
love
story.
you. Good story.
Oops. Remember, look at your spells sometimes. You learn how to play a game. So I get those like just shadowy spirits around me, and I'm just gonna try and hit it with my mace. Can I have a reroll?
Yeah. There's our girl. Hell yeah.
That was a 3.
Yeah, take it. 2 remaining.
That was a 2.
Fuck yeah, take it. 1 remaining.
In the middle of battle.
I'm aware. I'm
That's
aware.
So funny.
What
I
happened?
just want to see if Ella
Yeah,
hits.
no, that's great.
19.
Hey, there it is. And yes, as that mace comes screeching down, we have a confessional for Fess.
We can check in and find out what's happening over there.
Yeah, it's important
Yeah,
to
how's
check
the
in
school
our
system?
friends. Yeah.
Okay, I need to get back to them quickly. And you actually see Fess moving through the forest right now at a breakneck pace, running and frantically pitter-pattering, tracking the progress of... She has very tiny feet. Tracking the progress of the group. Okay, first of all, the school systems here are fantastic. I spoke with the superintendent of Shimmy Stands High, and she reassured me that all of their Shimmy Stands branded programs and extracurriculars are incredible here. I'm very excited. However, I've made contact with the rebellion, and I need to get back to the group quickly. I hope they're having a very normal day.
I think you mean Shimathan S. Staniel Memorial High School.
Also, I probably should have been there to do the goo thing, because I probably have some too. You know what?
Yeah, that's an
We'll
issue.
resolve that at
Yeah,
a later
you
time.
literally died from the goo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all say in her head.
That's what's happening while we're at the place. We're going, wow, Fess should have really been here for the puking.
I feel like when you're like really good friends, when you do something, you know, when you can hear your friends' opinions in your head about it, that's what's happening.
True. Can you believe the goose survived us dying and being reborn in our bodies?
Jesus.
Weird.
Weird.
No wonder the blight has lasted 15,000 years or whatever.
There might have also been more than one way to acquire it.
I'm telling you, you put a little bit of this guy into that dagger and we're done. We're done by dinner. You know what I mean? We could be hot tubbing by 6 o'clock, y'all.
Did you just say put a little bit of guy into the dagger?
And suddenly,
No.
I'm totally joking. I'm
That's
totally
twice.
joking.
That's twice. Nobody else responds.
You can't say
Oh
it.
yeah, you can't Beetlejuice him.
No.
However, Ella, what's your damage?
So because
Yeah, Ella.
wait so
What's
long
your
to have my
damage?
turn. So and I rolled max damage. My spirit shroud gives me an extra d8, so I got 8, and then I got a 6 on, so that's 14 plus 3, 17. And I just want this thing to be gone, so I'm not gonna use my channel divinity
Wow.
to activate my touch of death, so that's an extra 15 points of necrotic damage.
Whoa.
Nobody lets me do anything. I
Yeah.
can actually do
When
stuff.
Ella hits,
Who
Ella
knows?
hits.
Ella hits. I
By
think- wait,
nobody lets you do anything. Who are you speaking of?
Her dice.
The dice.
But also, by the time it's my turn in initiative, the enemy's dead.
True.
Which
So that's 17 plus 15, right? That's what I said.
32.
32.
Jesus, that was your damage?
That's my damage.
Holy sweet Moses. Yeah, I mean, you know, you did it. That I thought we'd need another couple turns there. But
Yes!
describe to me how you sunder this goo creature.
I feel really bad for Nazik. So I think it's just with that righteous anger of, and also that this thing has been hitching a ride on all of our friends for a long time, and just that righteous anger with just those shadowy spirits around me. I want to like send them all out in like a cyclone around this creature as I just like come down with the mace right into the center of it, and just
Goddamn!
splat.
Dope.
As you do, the creature is annihilated before you and begins to dissipate before your very eyes. Its yellow eyes locked on you all.
Wait,
You all
get
have-
some. In the dagger.
As you attempt to reach out, though, you realize that by purging yourselves of this material, it is no longer extant in the world around you. It begins to actually vaporize and dissipate before your very eyes and spread out into the air beyond, slowly becoming nothing. However, for having dealt with the killing blow, and thanks to chat, Ella, you get a bullshit scroll effect upon you that you find comes over you as you end this terror creature corruption beast's life. You get a single use of divine intervention, which you can use when and if and as needed. Typically a 10th level ability for the cleric, but you'll have one on the dock ready to go whenever you might require it.
Do we need it now, or should
We
we
need
save
to talk
it?
to Chirp about the tea thing.
About the teeth.
You know, it actually might be a good use of an intervention.
Yeah.
You guys, did you guys say that there's tea, or did you
Oh.
say tiefling?
Tiefling. We were talking about.
Tiefling, it's Murray.
Whoopsie.
Wait,
Murray.
wait. Do we need purple goo? Do we need purple goo right now?
It would help.
Well, wait.
Maybe
I
we
hate
can
this.
just-
I hate that I'm saying this. I hate that I have a conscience about this.
What?
We can't use the dagger until we get to Fess.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
kill Fess.
And that means there are probably other innocent people out there who are friends with other
But
people
wait, but if we
who
make
have the
Fess-
blight in them. Oh God, I have empathy. You
Oops.
motherfuckers, you gave me empathy.
Oh,
I'm gonna go sit down.
I'm so proud. Here's a cookie, sweetheart. Good job.
Ow. Then I sit right down and I'm mad about it.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna write down that I've got some divine intervention
If-
in my pocket. That seems like that's important.
If I was alone doing this, I'd have done it. A lot of
Yeah.
people would have just died.
Come sit down in the empathy corner.
Would you have
It
killed
sucks here.
yourself to do that?
I mean, if it was the answer to making sure this thing didn't wipe out society, then of course.
Because if
Why
it is,
To
if you do choose to go that route, one of us has to die.
Nope. We can figure something out.
We
can
can't.
save
I think
everybody.
we can.
If not, I volunteer.
Nope.
Oh, Murray, no.
I'm saying in the long run, out of all of us, I make the most logical sense. It's not
True.
that morbid. It's
Remember earlier when I said Murray can call old anytime he wants?
yeah, I call.
That's true.
old.
So, all right.
Also, it
but
would
I
make
volunteer
me.
too.
That's because we're all heroes. Welcome to empathy. It's
So
heavy.
Maybe
Ain't
I
it fun?
volunteer because Murray is a hero and I'm not, so Murray should get to keep being a hero.
But it makes you a hero. See, it's being like this. It's complicated. Caring about
nice.
people is complicated, isn't it?
Oh, I super don't volunteer.
y'all.
That's not true. I know if it came down to it, every single one of you would offer. Because look at us. We haven't even gotten close to that part of the story, and we're already fighting over it.
Nah, you're fighting over it, and I'm letting you know that one of you can win.
We'll
I'm gonna
see.
go sit down in the empathy corner.
Well, while you're all,
Speaking of empathy, sorry.
oh, go on.
Nazik,
Mm.
and I before we go or move forward, would you like to speak to your sister?
What?
I mean, it's not perfect. So it's up to you. You have the choice if you would rather remember her as she was. But her body's still here. And we could speak to her for a very limited amount of time if you wanted to say goodbye or if you had a question for her.
How can you do that?
Just a favor from my God.
The gods never spoke to us.
Oh, our God's talked to us kind of a lot. I like my God's pretty chill.
Mine's kind of ignoring me. I think I got ghosted by my god.
I think you did.
I met my dream god, and he turned out to be a monster.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
You
God
can-
gives me ghosts.
That's cool.
If you can do that, yes, I would love to see her again, even just one last time.
I can do that.
And so, what do you cast, Ella?
I reach over back to the desk because we're still in that same room, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll lay a hand on wherever, like close, maybe like the shoulder that I can see, and I cast Speak with Dead.
And remind me, what precisely does that do?
So I grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse, allowing it to answer the questions we pose. And I let everyone know that we have up to 5 questions.
Interesting.
Chirp holds his beak shut really tight because the second he hears that there's only 5 questions, he thinks it would be so hilarious to ask a couple questions.
What is your favorite color?
You cast the spell, and you feel a real chill energy flow through you. And all of a sudden, it's Fedor, baby. And
And that's how he says he's here.
it's Fedor, baby. Hey.
Fedor is lawful sick.
Fedor's lawful sick.
Yeah.
Righteous. And so, as the power flows through you from Fedor, you see the form of Emku go from this charred, skeletized remains to take on an almost spectral form over her body, almost as if she were living again. but not quite real, not quite here. It could be something you were imagining. You couldn't be quite sure, but to the eyes, it appears as if she's in the room with you now, still seated, sitting back against the desk. And Nazik goes in to try to hug her and realizes that despite what she's seeing, they are still bones. Emku, nonetheless, is aware of her presence here and looks around almost confusedly. And Nazik turns to you and says, so do I have to ask her questions?
To get her to speak, she's gonna respond if you ask her a question directly, and you can do that 5 times. It's just the last hint, whatever residual drop of her consciousness is left. It's not quite her, but it's the best I can do.
And Nazik looks at you for a moment and reaches up to her throat, and you see her almost scratch what appears to be a little glyph into her skin just in front of her throat, and turns back to Emku, and they have what, as far as you can tell, is a conversation, a dialogue back and forth in their native language, the way they always spoke with each other. The language, ostensibly, the spirit of Emku would understand. But after she's asked a few questions, she touches her throat again and kind of smooths her skin over and asks her one final question, but in common. She seems to almost stand up at first, feeling like there was nothing more to say, and then turns to her sister, her older sister, and just says, "Are you happy now? Are you okay?" And it's hard to say whether or not she even understood, but Emku seems to think it over for a moment, just smiles and nods, and fades from view, returning to bones once more.
So, just 2 things. Number one, did you get something out of that? Was that okay? Did that help?
Yes.
Okay. Number 2 was one of those questions we didn't understand. Hey, Enku, how do you make the blue stuff?
I do know where we need to go next.
Ooh, good.
You notice I put the question about whether our friend was okay first because I am
job.
learning empathy.
Look at that empathy.
That
Want
is
another
a bit-
cookie?
That
You've grown a
corner.
lot in the empathy corner.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
so happy for both of you. You're going to hate it for so long, but it's really great.
I already do.
Nazik takes a moment to actually circle the room, and she sprinkles a little bit of some kind of powder on the skeletons of her various predecessor associates around you all, and speaks a low prayer, and one by one you see them dissolve into nothing before you, just becoming dust, blowing away on whatever slight breeze might be passing through the room. She arrives at her sister last, and with just a tear still in her eye, says her little prayer and allows her sister to return to the earth. I think we can go now.
Okay, but first, there's a really sick Zen garden over on the far side of this tree, and I've been looking at it for a while.
It does
And-
look cool.
Yeah, it looks cool, right? We had
Yeah.
one. We had one back at the monastery. I'm just gonna go hang it if we've got a
Oops.
minute.
Oh, I stepped in it.
If we got it, that's cool. That's
Uh-oh.
fine. Because what you do is let me find where the
That
rake
Zen
is.
garden has been without footprints for 15,000 years.
Whoops.
Okay, but that's the point of the Zen garden is it's not permanent. Come on.
That's
Wait,
true.
I would like to search for the rake.
Roll investigation for rake.
Ugh, it's a 7.
If you can't find one, just ask Dazzle.
My hands
Oh.
can be anything. Technically, they're still mole hands.
Oh,
Dazzle, come over here with your mole claws.
I'm over. All right. What do we want it to look like?
Well, traditionally, you trace around the rocks in a singular pattern, and then you go out farther and farther concentrically. But just put down like chirp rules or something.
Don't.
I'm gonna hit
Empathy
myself.
corner.
I'm gonna hit myself and cast fly
Why?
so my wings work. So I can hover
put down
over
chirp
it.
and Murray rule.
And then I'm just going to I'm gonna try and draw a little portrait of all of us together, including Nasik.
Aw.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's
We can
Uh,
leave it here for whoever's here next.
Use
We
a
were here.
roll
Yeah.
a sleight of hand check to see how well that comes out. You have 1 reroll left.
All right.
And you roll
I mean,
a
screw
one.
it. Let's
Roll-
try and get higher. Why not? We've got one more.
It's just stick figures.
Hey, that makes it a 19.
Hey.
Okay,
Would have
yeah.
been a 14, but I wanted a better drawing, and we had one reroll left.
Mm.
Yeah.
You manage burning our very final reroll. You manage a very passable portrait of the group thus assembled. And you know what? It might have been a terrible sacrilege to these people and an offense to their aesthetic, but it came out great.
I put my arm around Nasik and I'm like, look, there we are. And maybe it'll be here for 15,000 years. That's kind of neat.
Maybe.
Team group.
Team group. That's
Well,
not
Fess isn't
canon.
here.
That's
Hmm.
not canon in this reality, but sometimes we do say
It's
it.
becoming canon. Here.
We just
We're
started
making
saying it.
canon.
I feel like it's just
It's the name of the
connected
text thread.
through all of our souls.
Okay.
Do you all ultimately
Land
proceed
over
out
on the other
from
side.
the,
Yes,
we
please.
do.
the lab?
Yes.
You make your way out, I'm sure pocketing something along the way, Dazzle Chirp. But as you do finally exit, you're suddenly aware of a presence next to you. Fess appears from the shade,
Ooh.
seeming shaken, covered in leaves and bits of sap and twigs, and she says, "The rebellion is here. We need to talk."
All right.
And on that, we will end for the evening. Thank you so much to everyone for those amazing donations
Yeah.
today. You took
Yeah.
us well beyond our goal, which means we about to queue up that episode 3 of A Very Pet Adventure, The Quest for Cornbread. But before we do, let's go around the table real fast, say a bit about who we are and where to find us.
Me again. Oh, hey, it's so weird to be first. Hey, everybody. I am Kaylee Bray. I have been your actually useful death cleric this
Sweet.
session.
Super useful.
Like always useful.
Very rarely do I get to actually do the things that Ella is good at. Which was delightful. I had a great time. You can catch me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time running Damsel's Dice and Everything Nice. It's going to be a princess game. It's going to be Galentine's themed. Hi, Ash. Thank you so much for that raid. We are about
Oh,
to
hey.
start our bonus pedisode. So y'all stick around. We're just introducing ourselves, who we are, and then we're going to leave and let these animals take over.
Which is
but
also
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Somehow also us.
Don't
Also
ruin
check
the
me out-
illusion, Vince.
Don't do it.
Oh.
Also check me out on Roll20 starting this Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Very early for me. For our Kids on Bike stream. It's gonna be really
Woo!
Hell yeah.
You are
My name is Xander Genre, and I've been Bora tonight. I'm on Twitter at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. I stream from my personal channel, which is the same but on Twitch. And I'm also on a bunch of different channels throughout the week. So my hub is Twitter. Check out there, and I'll announce things that I'm on.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan. I go by Not Sage everywhere on the internet. You can find me on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, or you can find me on this channel all the time. It's Too Early with myself and Anthony Carboni. It's on a small break, but we'll be back next week. Every Friday and Saturday here, typically Sundays for One Time on the internet. So if you're not already following this channel, I'm here way too much, and it helps me because I run this channel. So thank you. And we appreciate everybody who supported the Dono Goal and the Patreon and everything today. And also I'll be on the Smosh Games channel next week, which will be fun. So I'll see you over there maybe. That's it for me.
nice.
I'm Gina DeVivo, and tonight I've been Murray. And you can find me online at Pocket Gina. Do some random streams all over the place. Some with Xander, some with just they're everywhere. And might be doing some fun things over on the Good Time Society channel in the coming weeks.
Ooh.
So stay tuned and yeah, check out Twitter. That's where it's the easiest place.
Hi, I'm Anthony Carboni, and I've been playing Chirp Burbington, your honest, forthright, and caring Aarakocra monk. And I'm in a lot of places, but shut up, we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is tomorrow I'm in one important place, and that is twitch.tv/brightspotlive. We are doing another big charity event. That's 2 p.m. Pacific time. We have so many amazing guests. We've got Jacksepticeye, we got Crank Gameplays, we got Alana Pierce, we got Mika Burton. We've got so many wonderful people joining us. We got Planet Booty, we've got Super Mega. It all starts at 2 p.m. and it is a big live variety show to benefit 100% Feeding America. So please come and join us there.
And I am Vince Cass, so I've been your DM for the evening. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at Vince Casso, and I'm just very thankful for you all being here, donating, and being amazing. Everything, every follow, every view, every little bit helps this channel just be what it is, and you all make this community amazing. And let us know what you think in the Discord, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.